Hello. Can you hear me? This is the game we like to play. Hopefully you can hear me. It looks like you can hear me. I'm just checking in because I have audio issues all the time. Peggy's just walking the dogs and then she'll be here. Good morning. We can hear you. Yay. This time, I promise I was not like late because I was lollygagging. I was hanging out with my badass unicorns this morning and we were streaming for like 3 hours and then I went and grabbed lunch and then I finished eating food and now we're here. So thus Peggy is walking the dogs instead of me walking them with her. Hi, Dawn. Hello. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll see for how long, right, Arnie? Oh my gosh. It's funny. All I did was just scrunch it this morning in the shower and it's behaving and it's not going to last because I didn't put anything that's going to like really keep it that way, but I just scrunch, let it dry. We were chatty. It was a good time. The crown thing on YouTube is cracking me up. It's cracking me up. Jennifer spent the day cleaning out and organizing the garage. Now you're exhausted. Oh, well, good. You can just hang out with us. I have literally no agenda, y'all. There's no topic planned. We're just hanging. We're just hanging, and it'll be good when Peggy's in here, too, because she's better at the spontaneous hanging, I feel like. Thank you, Artie. Tomorrow, provided, like, I fell. I was telling my members this morning, I fell. Last night I did a total face plant, like legit tripped on my feet and like face, like my cheek right here is still a little tender because it literally, like I literally bounced my face off the concrete because I'm accident prone these days. Anyways, and my foot's a little bruised and sore and we were worried I wasn't gonna be able to be on my feet very much. And we're planning, basically Peggy's birthday gift to me is she is letting me drag her to this kind of out of the way bookstore that is like an hour and a half drive away from here that I really want to go to. And she's going to put up with me at the bookstore. And y'all, you don't know what a big deal this is because I have a problem at bookstores where I get there and I like lose time. So like, it'll be like an hour and literally it feels like 5 minutes. Bookstores are time vortexes. Anyways, so poor Peggy, who enjoys a good bookstore for about 20 minutes, is usually like being semi-tortured, but she said she would go with me. Yeah, that's not what they mean when they say to turn the other cheek. No. But anyways, last night I wasn't sure how my foot was going to be, but I woke up with it feeling pretty damn good. So I'm excited, but we'll see. We'll see how it shapes up. Worst case, if it doesn't work out for tomorrow, like if I wake up sore or something, we'll just do it another day. But anyways, I love bookstores. Yeah, they're total time vortexes. Totally and completely. And Peggy's like, so like, maybe what I'll do is she's like, maybe if you're holding like a stack of stuff or whatever, she's like, I'll make you check out and then we can go get like have like a food break or something. And then we can go back. She's already pre-planning for like how to keep me somewhat sane. I have a feeling it won't be as long of a trip as she's afraid of it being. But then again, I have no self-awareness about this sort of thing. So hello to everybody. And by the way, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I love bookstores. I don't buy a ton of physical books either. I mean, actually I do. It depends on the subject. Nonfiction, I tend to buy a lot of physical books because I like to be able to highlight and mark in them. And while I can do that on Kindle, and I do that on Kindle when I do buy nonfiction on Kindle, it's not the same experience. Unicorn sticker. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. I'll put this up on StreamYard, but it's not as exciting as the one on the YouTube chats, which, by the way, I have YouTube chat up on the side, which will be great because Peggy will be able to see too. And then we can see all the like cute little things that just happen to show up on the regular chat. Oh, I was just saying I've got the regular YouTube chat and the StreamYard chat up because there's things you can see on the YouTube chat you can't see on the StreamYard chat. Oh, that's weird. But then it's on the left side, so you can also see the chat really easy. Cool. I got one of my glasses. Yeah, I've got it zoomed in a bit. And Powell's next month. I know. I can't wait. I mean, like, you were going to let me go down to Portland and not go to Powell's.
Right, you're going to Powell's next month. You shouldn't be wasting your resources on a store up here.
No, babe.
What? Just saying.
Anyways. Thank you, Legina. Oh, my goodness.
Oh. That leg out of my way. Get the leg out of my way.
Get your ass out of my way. You look at all the look at this.
There.
No, look at how much couch she has next to her, and she's like, "You're
okay.
in."
Okay.
Did you give them treats yet?
Nope, I wasn't that smart.
Oh, you better go figure that out. Michelle says, "Hey."
Hello, I'll be right back.
I know Powell's is really great. Powell, sometimes I get overstimulated in Powell sometimes because it's so big, but I really like going. And you have to go if you're in the area. If you're in like the Portland area, you have to go. It's called Powell's City of Books. And if you Google it, I might be able to share it actually. Hold on. Let me see. Powell's City of Books. Because I'm going to be hanging with Dawn next month. I've already booked my tickets. Like it's happening.
You gotta tell them what you ended up snagging for your tickets.
Oh, I booked first class tickets for the first time in my entire life. I'm using travel points, and it was like 2,000 extra points. I have a lot of points, and it's like 2,000 extra points for first class. So I booked round trip first class to Portland, and I'm excited.
You know how you do the thing where you use your card for everything, whether you need to or not, just to get the points. She's been doing that. You've been doing that for like a year and a half, almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
So she's got so many points, and for the same price, for the same cash price, she could upgrade to first class using points. So she's gonna. But it's first class on Alaska Air. It's not like a first class.
It's like an hour and a half flight. It's an hour and a half air.
I think that's why there's not such a big price difference.
That's exactly why. If it was like a longer haul flight, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys Powell's before I forget.
Yeah. Barb says once you. By the way, hello everybody. Barb says, once you fly first class, it's hard to go back to economy.
I know. Okay, so this is pictures of Powell's in Portland. So it's literally like a city block. Like that's Powell's. Like this picture here, this Wikipedia one. I don't know if I can open this. Let me open this image in a new tab here. Let me make this bigger and then share. This is Powell's. It's freaking humongous. Oh, thank you, Mirjana. I don't know what that was. I love the puppy and the clapping.
What? MKD?
MKD. I don't know what's currency that is. I have no idea.
Where's that from?
Yeah, tell us where it's from.
Where are you from? Uh-oh, Jenny's number one.
Oh, thank you, Legina. Oh, yay, members. Welcome to the Unicorn Fam, folks. So make sure you opt in. There's a link down below. I don't entirely know how it works, but there's a link. She might want her breakfast now. I'm so sorry, baby.
Do you want food? Are you hungry? Yeah? Okay.
Sorry for the barking, guys. That was really sweet. Thank you, Honey Lou. Come hang out with us. We're doing a deck study of The Witch's Wisdom. You can join us for that. That'd be awesome. Okay, so anyways, Powell's is humongous. I'm going to open up another picture so you can see. There's like multiple floors and they're like color coded. Let me just open this image in a new tab and see if I can bring this one up. They're like, the floors are color coded in like, like the stacks though. Like, do we see? It's amazing.
I am here. I am just dealing with dog food.
Peggy's having to babysit the doggos.
You have to watch Shayla so that Bruno doesn't swoop in and steal whatever she leaves behind.
Yeah, here's another picture that shows the scope a bit. Open image in new tab, share. This is like the main lobby area, but like literally there's stairs, there's floors. Yeah, color-coded floors. So depending on the genre, it's... Oh, Macedonian. Thank you, Barb. Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. I've actually ordered from them online. They're actually a good place to check if you're looking for a used book. Like if you're looking for something out of print, I've actually had some luck every once in a while looking at Powell's website for it. But it's huge. Have you actually been in there with me yet, babe? Powell's?
No. If I have been, I've blocked it out.
Anyway, it's amazing. It's amazing.
City block, multiple floors.
Yep. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Dumbass.
Wait, who is Shayla? Did I miss a dog edition? Oh, Shayla's been here the whole time. She's just camera shy.
She doesn't. Yeah. I will go bring the Shayla. We got some nice light background, so sure.
Yeah.
Her lovely little. She's eating right now.
Wait, did we drag Kevin and Peggy last time? Did she block it out? I'm trying to remember. I remember they were with us when we were in that smaller store.
We went to the witchy one.
Metaphysical one.
We went to the metaphysical shop, but I don't think we went to the bookstore.
I feel like we were in there.
We may have. Okay, if we went, we weren't there for very long.
I don't think we were in Powell's very long when we all went together.
We may have been going for a reason.
Maybe it was just Kevin. It might have been just Kevin.
Yeah,
I've definitely been there with Dawn before, but I don't remember if you were with us.
We went to a bookstore looking for a copy of... What did we go for?
I would love to go to Watkins in London too.
I can't remember.
Oh, we were. Kevin took us. Yeah.
But I don't think I was there. I don't think that
or
was. Or
maybe you weren't there very long.
We went into we went into the bookstore where Ash works, whatever bookstore that was for some reason.
Were you with us at Barnes and Noble?
Well, yeah, because Ash was working, or Ash's friend was working. I forget how that worked.
Man,
out,
I have no memory. Anyway.
Yeah, I think they were looking for a copy of a book, probably your book, to see if it was out yet. I can't remember.
No, that was before my book was out, so I don't know.
You were looking for something.
We're always looking for something.
Yeah. Hello.
No, that's the perfect mood, Sophie. That's the perfect mood.
Hi, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. It's a staycation. We're gonna play board games and watch movies and play video games probably and look at books. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And it's gonna probably keep me sane because I'm gonna be down there, I think, when the Kickstarter is wrapping up. So right, I remember buying decks for the salesperson at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
I thought that was just me and Dawn there that time. Now I don't know.
No, I took a few pictures of you guys.
That's right, you did, because we were holding stacks of books. I remember. I remember now. Hi, Ellie.
Come on, baby.
Thank you, Legina, for the gift membership. Yay! Yeah, that was sweet. Okay, now. Can I?
My baby. This is Shayla. I know, baby. I'm only going to keep you up for a minute.
She's like a cat dog. Like, she likes to be pet on her terms. And specifically, when she wants attention, she wants it, but she wants it to be her idea. But she's got these big, floofy ears.
And she can raise them up when she wants to, when she's all excited and noticing things.
Shut up, put yours up.
She's not going to do it.
A little bit.
What's over there?
What's that?
You see a squirrel?
Did you say squirrel? That's going to end badly.
That'll keep her up here for a minute. She just realized she could.
Okay.
Bruno's now jealous.
It's all done. Do you
go.
want to come up now, Bruno? Do you need to see us? Look at him. He's like, my turn. He's like, me now.
You got to come closer. Come here. Oh,
I have a picture on my phone. I don't know where I put my phone.
And then there's Bruno. So that gives you an idea of how big Shayla is. Shayla's about...
We had Shayla first, actually.
Yeah, Shayla first. Shayla is she's a total cuddle bunny of a dog, but she only cuddles when and where it suits her purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she's older, she doesn't like getting up on the furniture as much because she doesn't like how it feels to jump back down. Hi.
He's in a happiness feedback loop.
Yeah, he's happy.
He's happy.
How do you get rats from ears? Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it's funny because she's got two completely different looks. After a trim, she's Yoda because she's just all ears. And before a trim, she's like an Ewok.
Yeah, because she gets fluffy.
She's still just all ears, but her face gets really fluffy.
Yes. Thank you for offering membership to Lisa channel. Yeah, that was super sweet.
We just talk about Bruno no.
Yeah.
Bruno no.
Bruno no.
Yeah, thumbs up. Happy birthday, Lisa. Anyway, yeah, she doesn't like. I don't know why, but she does not. She seems to have this thing to not understand the. She seems to understand what a camera is and doesn't like being in front of it. My nephew has created a game out of Sassy Dragons called Find Peggy. It's a matching game, but to win, you have to find the Peggy card. Oh, that is cute.
That's adorable.
That's this card, right?
No, not in the classic.
Oh, not in the classic.
It's the sticking tongue out card. Yeah.
That's that one.
It's that one.
That's cute. I thought we weren't supposed to talk about Bruno. Just not only this Bruno.
Thanks, Dawn. Love you too. See you later.
Bye.
Yeah. But yeah. No, so gonna go see Powell's next month. We're going to the Bookman tomorrow.
We're going to a place.
What I meant to say was the ears steal the show again. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. We got stopped just the other day. We were just walking down the street and a couple who barely spoke English still had to say, her ears are amazing.
I know. It's kind of funny.
It's like having a pocket Peggy. Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like. It's kind of funny. I was doing one of my deck collection videos, and I don't watch those, but I had at one point a pair of decks that I would use for like you and me readings. So it was like a Star Dragon deck and a Unicorn deck by the same artist, Paolo Barbieri. In case
you know what we were talking about.
What?
Oh, no, go ahead. You continue your story. I'll tell them in a minute. Just don't let me forget.
Okay. So anyways, I had this Unicorn and Dragon deck, and I pulled it out during my declutter, and I'm like, I don't actually need this anymore because now if I want to do a me and Peggy reading, I pull out UJT and Sassy Dragon. So like I don't need.
He's got a couple of hot spots starting.
Yeah, we'll have to treat those. And you said, don't let you forget. What were you talking about?
What were we talking about? About taking about doing the what version is it that's royalty free?
The Papez.
Taking the Papez tarot, because there's a lot of people that just are
Like the original.
They like the original imagery. But they're open for they like the original imagery, but they're open for other ways to tweak it. So take the sassy dragon meanings and either take one or the other or tweak depending on and then put them onto a Papez.
On a Papez. Because Papez is out of copyright. So
Papez is out of copyright, so it would be a fairly easy project.
It'd be a classic Rider-Waite-Smith, but with the sassy dragon.
Classy deck with sassy dragon meanings, but we would tweak it. We would tweak as needed.
Yeah.
To get a cohesive probably happy medium.
Yeah,
between
probably
the two
not
decks.
swears. We would probably avoid
that's my assumption.
Yeah.
My assumption would
be
be
mostly classic.
I don't know. I think we would end up.
We'd tweak more than
I think we would like if we took this is the meaning we like better. We just either take out the swears and see if it still works, or give it a tweak.
Yeah,
we would I would guess at a glance we'd probably end up tweaking, not major changes.
No,
just tweaking for cohesiveness. Probably about half of the meanings.
Yeah, because I think there's people that would really enjoy the sassy dragons, but maybe the art style is not for them.
Yeah,
that's what we were thinking. The Sassy Dragons is such a great newbie deck, such a great learning deck.
It's a good,
or just if you don't want to have to study to get a good reading, it's really good for that.
But then it's like, so then you graduate up to the Papez with the meanings, because then you're in the happy medium place.
Yeah, I think it'd be really great as a classic. Welcome to the Unicorn Fam. I haven't been highlighting them.
There's things that you can do that you can play.
I know. I don't have it set up right now, but. There was Legina's.
There's custom ones that you can make too.
There's another new member. I don't know. I'm doing this all out of order.
Is the Papez the same as the Pamela Coleman Smith? You have to answer that. I don't know.
No, it is. Yeah. It's so the Pamela A.
She's the expert. I just show up to shit talk, so I wouldn't know.
It's the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. The original Pamela. It's the original Pamela Coleman Smith artwork. It's a little bit distressed looking because the versions that are out of copyright that exist out in the public domain haven't been color corrected or line work tweaked, so it'd be like a slightly, maybe ever so slightly distressed looking version of the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's the version that came after the 1909, or is it the 1909 that's out of copyright? Whatever one is out of copyright.
Whichever one's out of copyright.
I thought it was Papez, but I'm not an RWS guru. I'm I understand that it is out there and it exists, but well, yeah, exactly. It would work with any book that's RWS based. Oof. And the Sassy Dragons is a clone, right? If you look at it, it's
it is.
But it also has
not a pip deck though.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that wouldn't make it a clone. Is it the 1909 that's out of copyright? Yeah, so I was misspeaking. But yeah, whatever one that was.
Well, let's face it. Any of the decks that use that art are tweaking the out of copyright art to begin with. I don't think anybody's redrawing it from scratch.
No, because some of the copyrights are still held for some of the later versions by I think US Games and some of the other printers.
Yeah. Certain
other publishers.
Thank you, Nat. The Papez or the 1909, whichever, probably both. They're out of copyright, so you can use that art. But if you copy the art of somebody, because it's out of copyright, that means anybody who has worked on those to improve or whatever, even though it's fundamentally the same, there's no copyright violation to be made. So then they have their own copyrights.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Any decks I'm getting for my birthday? Well, when we're at the bookstore, I'll be buying.
The bookstore
something,
has a deck.
Sure.
That bookstore.
Yeah, they do have tarot at this bookstore.
The confusing thing is that Pam A, B, C, and D weren't released in that order.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
I did not know there wasn't a B, C, or D.
Hi, Calming Nature Sounds. I don't know if this is allowed, but wanting advice. How do you all go about selling a deck if it's difficult to do so locally? People use our Tarot Trade Tuesdays to sell and trade. Other groups have Tarot Trade swap days and stuff like that too, where they have a post thread that comes up.
Isn't there a group that's just for tarot swapping and trading?
Yeah. Be careful with any group that. Yeah. But eBay is an option.
Etsy.
Welcome to the Unicorn Band.
As a matter of fact, there's shops on Etsy where there's only a couple that I know of for sure, where if you contact them and you have a deck that they're interested in, they will buy it from you, but then they will resell it for a profit for themselves.
Hi, Maple Grove.
So it depends on what you want to get out of it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's and I love taking them to used bookstores and things like that. Even the one we're going to, I could bring some used things with me and they would give me store credit.
Yeah, store credit.
Yeah. And a lot of metaphysical stores will do that too. Just ask them, do you carry used?
Yeah, a lot of them carry that.
Yeah. You're saying take them. Probably same thing I was saying.
Oh yeah, just call around and see if any used bookstores, if you get store credit, if you can get store credit, that can be a good way. It honestly depends on what you want to get out of it though. Yeah, I live in a small village, so it's hard. It's all okay if you are willing to drop it in the mail.
Yeah.
And if you can accept an e-transfer, PayPal, or whatever, then there's plenty of options for making an arrangement online.
Yeah.
And since you're the seller, as long as the only thing that I will say is find out how much shipping is going to cost you in advance. Some people care, some people don't care, but some shipping methods can be astonishingly expensive. So if it's really expensive, then you're going to want to sell it for whatever you want plus the cost of shipping, and make sure that the money has reached you before you put it in the mail.
Yeah,
because that's a common scam. They say, "Oh, well, if you can just drop it in the mail now, once I have the tracking number, I'll go ahead and pay." There's no legal way to make them pay if you do that.
Yeah, shipping to Canada is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just and I don't know about where you are, but where we are, if you take a package to the post office, you can get them. If I ship this out today, how much is it going to cost me? And they will tell you, so that you can just get the cost and then leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Peggy just said it. I sell online. I've been selling online for 7 years doing the bags. So
yeah, and something I've heard
I'm still on vacation mode though, so that's not a hint.
I've actually gotten pretty lucky with trades, but and because I'm like adminning a group that does it, I don't think people really mess with me. But I did get one good tip from somebody who trades pretty regularly, and this person said, and I think this is really good advice, if you're buying a deck from somebody else, it's a really good idea to ask them to just pick 2 random cards. Can you show me a quick photo of these 2 cards? Maybe it's 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups, just to make sure they actually have the deck. Because there have been scams out there where people just grab pics online or whatever and scam people. So if you're buying used, it's a great self-protection.
But the thing to point out, like, to the best of our knowledge, if it's happened more, to the best of our knowledge, on the buy sell trade thread that we run in Lisa's group, we've only heard of 2 scams happening in our group.
I thought it was just 1, but maybe 2.
There was 2.
Yeah.
Because the one was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, and then the most recent one, that's when you added the note in the group about it's at your own risk, but
it is.
Peggy has her dragon message of but also tell us immediately because we don't put up with fuckery up in here.
Yeah. Like,
I was like, oh damn.
We've had a couple of times when people got a deck and it's like, okay, I've got the deck, but it's not as good a quality as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Which is ask for a photo before you agree to buy it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we have good people in our group.
outright scamming to the best of our knowledge. If anybody's been scammed, if more than 2 people have been scammed, they never told us.
Oh, Sophie, it's Supportive Tarot on Facebook. That's the public group.
Yeah, I think if you look below, you'll see a link.
Yeah, it's on my link tree. Yeah, so there's one link and it takes you to my list of links.
There's no link tree here, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had.
I have one master link, and if you click that, it'll open up the link to the group and everything else you need.
Yeah. Or you can just copy and paste the group.
I could do that. I could be less lazy. It's true. You'll find it. Thank you. I'll make it easy.
You'll find it. It's fine.
I'll make it easy here. I'll put a link to the group in here.
Yeah, obviously.
But we've been running it since the early days of my channel. Peggy's basically my group guard dog, I guess. A better way to express it, but it's kind of true.
I have more time to double check on stuff. So if there's a report, I'll have more time to look into it and see what's going on.
Here is the group link for anybody who's curious about the Supportive Tarot group. But yeah, we have a Tarot Trade Tuesday. We have a Show Your Shit Sunday for post self-advertising stuff.
Tarot Trade Tuesday is for personal buy sell swap. Show Your Shit is if you have a business, a blog, anything that you have that benefits the tarot, that you feel would be of benefit to the tarot or witchy community. You list your links there. So we have people. We have a couple of people that have they've listed their Etsy shops. People have listed their blogs, their YouTube channels, that sort of stuff. Otherwise, we don't do advertising in the group.
Yeah, I love my guard dog too. Yeah. She is amazing. We were actually just talking about that for some reason yesterday or the day before about how beneficial it is because half the shit that you don't put up with, I would either miss or I can be a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? I can be a little bit fluffy.
She's a little bit fluffy.
So having somebody who will like come in and go, nope, we're not putting up with that. It helps keep the
I've
space
enjoying
really great.
posting the group. Haven't worked up the courage to post or comment yet, though. You don't have to.
No, you don't.
There's like you've got 6,000 people in the group.
Yeah.
Most of them come in, and we can tell from the stats. It's like we'll put up a post. Facebook changed things a couple of years ago, and they started showing stats. So if a post goes up, we can see, this post 1,500 people saw it, and only 4 people commented on it, and that's fine.
Yeah, we kind of naturally fall into good cop, bad cop. We don't mean to, but it's just our natural energy.
You said that.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Sophie said, I love it. Sounds like you guys have a good dynamic. Yeah. So shenanigans don't really happen in the group, which means it stays really a fun place to be.
We keep it fun. We keep the, like if somebody comes in trying to scam or do whatever, they're gone.
They get booted. Yeah.
We do keep the politics and the arguing out, because that, there's plenty of spaces in the world for that as it is. So
I'm like that with all my online spaces.
We don't always stay 100% on topic.
No,
but we try to build it as the Facebook group is where you go to unwind from all the shit that you see everywhere else. So the everywhere else is we keep it out.
Absolutely. So,
but
that makes it kind of a nice respite sort of place.
I realize how chatty I am there.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
We love
that's fine. We have a couple of people. I think it's Chantel.
Chantel's amazing.
Puts a weekly post up.
Asking for your favorite card. It's called R78 Tarot. So, and she's working her way through the whole deck.
Yeah, it's great.
She completely kicked that off on her own, and it's amazing.
Yep. I mean, if you want to, like, there's certain things that people will check in first just to be sure.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's like, yeah.
We have rules. People generally play by them, and that makes it a nice place to be.
Yeah, it's like,
and we got
we do enjoy the benefit. The only people that are allowed to blatantly advertise in the group are me and Lisa. Just because
that is the benefit of running the group.
That's how we I was going to say that's how we get paid, but that does not sound like what I'm trying to say.
It's okay. I originally started the group so I'd have someplace to post about my videos.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So that's how the group started. And then it's become something that has its own energy. But
my dudes, I don't even check in with my family that regularly.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah, she's going. Yeah. Chantel is doing Norman next, and we've got a couple of other people that post regular stuff. There's somebody that posts horoscope related stuff on the regular when they see something that's interesting to them.
Yeah, people will share about deck releases. They'll share. We just found out in the group. This is how I get all my tarot news. Okay, somebody literally just posted in the group that U.S. Games is shipping to Canada now. I would not have found this is literally my group.
We have a weird rule. We have a weird rule on promoting. Because, like, if you make a deck, we've had it happen a couple of times where somebody's got a product and suddenly they're, hey, this is what I've got, and they're posting their link constantly. We don't allow.
Slope, yeah.
It's a slippery slope, so we don't allow that. But if somebody else loves what you do and says, hey, I want to go buy this person's deck, here's the link to their Kickstarter, go check it out. We're like, awesome, let's go check it out.
There's a ton of talk about deck releases and stuff in there, but
people share all that stuff all the time, and as long as you're not self-promoting yourself. You can promote anybody else that catches your attention as long as you're not promoting yourself. It sounds really fucked up.
But it keeps it from going
It would take me 2 hours to explain the logic of it, but we've had people come in and you can tell they're writing a generic post that they're cross-posting across 800 different groups.
Oh, I will be so for real. We have a rule to get into the group that you agree not to self-promote. And sometimes we'll get somebody who gets in the group and the same day they make a post, and for some weird reason, they're never seen again. I don't know how that happens, but somehow magically, we never ever see them again.
Anybody that does that,
it's just obnoxious when that happens. But
that's insider information, guys.
Well, not anymore. Now it's outsider information.
Now everybody knows. I don't think it's a surprise though.
Part of it is that literally,
or we've had people say, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. Is it okay if it's posted with permission?"
Yeah, every once in a while you'll see a post with admin permission because somebody's reached out and said, "Hey, I want to talk about blah."
Who's number one now? Jenny's now down to number 2.
Oh, well, top fans. Let's see. Number 1 is Mirjana Kovecka. Woohoo! I don't know. This top fans thing is really weird. The thing about the Facebook group, y'all, is like literally that's the only place I hang out on Facebook is in support of tarot or in my unicorn fam group for my members, and that's it. Those are the only places I go on Facebook.
And the Facebook's easy. Like we're just mouthing off about how we keep the riffraff out. But the reality is that 99.9% of the people that come in aren't there to cause trouble of any kind. And it's a nice, welcoming, friendly place.
Yeah, exactly.
We do not get the holy rollers coming in talking about. We have interesting conversations about tarot and religion because we have a very
diverse membership.
We have quite a few members who also, I'm into tarot, I'm into this, I'm into that. I am also very much a Christian.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of interesting, supportive conversations about that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we do not have people coming in saying, I'm a Christian and you guys are evil.
No, those people get booted.
No.
We don't put up with that.
And we have a reporting
I don't think we've ever really
that.
had much of that. I don't really remember ever. Maybe once or twice.
I think we had one. I think we had one that it was like, I forget what it was. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Like you're allowed to have whatever beliefs you have. You're just not allowed to crap on other people about it.
Yeah, I love when people are happy to talk about things as long as they're not assholes. I kicked somebody out for being an asshole last month.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun because this person was kind of like clearly did not know how we treat each other in the group, if that makes any sense. Like we have a very strong, polite, respectful vibe in the group. People are generally pretty adult and polite even when they're disagreeing. And we had somebody who was being really condescending and kind of shitty. And a couple people called this person out and said, hey,
that's kind of rude.
Like, we don't do that here. Like, we can.
Well, all this person needed to say was, I didn't mean to come across that way. And everything would have blown over. And instead, they said, well, you deserve it because you shouldn't have been questioning me. It's like, oh, my God, dude.
So Peggy came in and took care of it.
Oh my God! I was having a bitchy day to begin with.
You were.
The reason why
slept well that day.
I had like
it was a bad time.
I had like insomnia or something the night before, and I was just like, I am in no mood for this shit. So I'm like,
okay. It was actually a relatively short message. She basically just said, "Yeah, I am kicking you out. Actually, not because you were."
Oh, because this person is going blah blah blah. Like, I mean, you want to get the admin to kick me out because I'm just telling you like it is because you've got no business to talk to me like that. This guy was freaking out, right? I said, actually, I am kicking you out because
it was great.
Because
it was great.
Letting me know, give me a heads up that there's an issue.
Jenny came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, that's literally Peggy that day. Yeah, she's
with
like
a sledgehammer in each hand.
Who's getting the boot? I got my hammers in hand. I'm ready to go.
Van Hammer.
You don't come in, and I think it was like Chantel was one of the people he was being rude to. And
was it Chantel?
I think so. I can't
remember.
Chantel was one.
Okay, Chantel is super active in the group, so I always think
I'm just
Chantel.
Name dropping.
Something happened. Chantel must be in the middle of it because she's really active in the group.
But no, it was great because it just what stood out to me about
happy birthday 21 again.
I wish. No,
I'm glad not.
No, I'm turning 48.
I already felt like a cradle robber.
No, I'm turning 48.
Now I don't feel like a cradle robber anymore.
Peggy's really excited.
I'm 12 years older than her.
She is. You're 60.
I turned 60 this year.
You turned 60 in December, baby. You're turning 61 this year.
Shut up.
I'm turning 48 tomorrow.
Turning 48.
But yeah.
So at least, yeah.
Yeah, that's the vibe. But
when we got married, you were 29.
I know.
Oh my God.
And you were 41.
Thank you for reminding everybody of that.
I know you're only as old as you feel or act, and
I'm 12.
Exactly.
If that's how we scale this shit, I am 12.
Yeah. Exactly, Legina.
Yeah, Kristen Witchy does exist, or Christian doing tarot. I love diversity with the right energy.
Same.
Absolutely. We've had some really great conversations.
Well, there's a whole live stream on my chat talking about my own explorations under my mapping my spiritual path.
I just remembered. I'm having that kind of a day. Let's just spill. Okay. Yep.
21 plus interest. Yes, exactly.
I'm not naming names, and I don't even remember the names, so there's no harm in that.
Okay.
We had somebody come in the one time, and they said something about, I'm a Christian, but I also practice tarot, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I feel away.
Yeah, worried about it or guilty. Or not guilty, but like she was expressing some concern about like tarot and whether there's a clash there spiritually.
Well, she was saying, how do you reconcile this?
Yeah, she was exploring.
She was not. It was okay. Yeah. It was not a baiting comment.
No, not even a little bit. She was literally saying, "Hey, I'm struggling with this a little bit. Does anybody else?"
A couple of people had come in and commented, and she responded. So it's like, okay, this chick's on the up and up.
But the amount of people
we had 3 or 4 people come in. I can't believe that you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. Do you not understand how triggering that is to talk about that stuff?
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah. This was, okay.
Oh, maybe this is a different conversation.
This was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. Because we had one literally this year, and the amount of people.
Oh, God, no, we don't do that anymore. I was just going to say,
the amount of people that came in and were so sweet, other people who were Christian and who enjoy tarot or who follow Jesus and do tarot or whatever. It was a really cool convo that unfolded.
I think that was me. My real name is Corey. Changed my name on YouTube because of craziness on social media. That could be. This was like literally like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
This was like.
Did we boot the bad people?
Oh, let me tell the story.
I need to know the end.
Okay,
go ahead.
So somebody had because there was a period a few years ago where you didn't say Christian and tarot in the same sentence, and there were some people that would get quite upset by it. It wasn't the Christians, right? Mm-mm. Somebody came in and said, "Hey, I'm having like a bit of a struggle here. I'm trying to reconcile."
Yeah.
And it may have been a conversation that you were there for, but a bunch of people,
I know, right?
A bunch of people got hysterically offended that we were actually saying something in support of Christianity.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we actually, you're absolutely welcome here, this and that and this and that. And people were freaking
not a lot of people.
Okay.
The vast majority were
don't
great.
Forget, if you've ever had any experience in a social media group, 1 or 2 people, okay, if you see a comment and you see 20 responses, you can come in and reply to all 20 of them, right?
Yeah.
So we had 2 or 3 people get hysterically offended. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Do you know how triggering it is for me to just the fact that there's a Christian in the group, it makes me feel unsafe and blah. I kicked them all out. I can't
remember what it was. Yeah.
This
was a long time ago, though.
This was an absolute, this got comment after comment after comment. Like I said,
of positive comments, right?
No. Yes.
Okay. I'm like, clarify.
Listen to the group. So basically, this person makes a comment. People are having rational and reasonable conversations, and 2 or 3 irrational, unreasonable people were in there attacking. Like I said, if you've got the time for it, you can respond to 50 messages. So 2 or 3. Maybe 4 were just going completely. I booted them out of the group.
There's photos of that on the desk of Pope John Paul II. That's so cool.
Plus, there are photos of meditations on the tarot, a journey to the Christian Hermeticism. Absolutely, I'll tell you right now.
There's a lot of crossover,
the Philippines, and it's another Asian country. Not Korea.
Yeah,
the Philippines and possibly Thailand.
No, I totally agree.
I know for sure it's the Philippines. Okay. Tarot and their Christianity on the same shelf.
Well, I discovered
it's very integrated there. But anyway,
in all of my explorations, though, I have found so much incredible tie-ins and overlap.
Oh, absolutely.
Over the last year.
No, this is the thing. This is what I'm saying, though, is that we don't tolerate bullshit from either direction.
True.
It's kind of the point. But here's the thing. This particular story is a few years old. And at that point in time, there was a few crusaders running around the community that were trying to tell everybody else how it had to look. And they would just get they would form like a 3-person gang and try to attack everybody. And then those types are no longer in our group.
Yeah. No, so do I.
Now you're totally like, okay. Those types are still in the group.
But they behave.
But they behave. We actually welcome everybody. Everybody's welcome. But if you're a raging shitbag who thinks it's okay to attack other people, you won't be around for long.
Yeah, I'm with you, Letty. But yeah, the group has a really great vibe overall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the RWS is loaded with symbology.
The RWS symbology is based entirely on Christian themes. Entirely.
What's happening in 9 days? Faye said, so it's happening in 9 days. What did I miss? Yeah, Ali says, the thing is, tarot is more like therapy to me. It's a way to explore deep things in a meaningful way. It can lean into deity if you wish, but it's all enlightenment. Exactly.
Oh, exactly.
100%.
I think the tarot/Christianity conversation is a really healthy conversation to have. And I totally get that people have a religious trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have religious trauma, then that's the conversation you need to give a pass, right? Oh, your deck.
Oh, that is happening in 9 days. Yes. Is it 9 days? 7 days from yesterday. Does that make it 8? Wait, if it's next Saturday. That's 7 days. Do I not have it scheduled?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's 7 sleeps.
7 sleeps.
I always have to count them up. I don't know why.
7 sleeps.
Anyway.
Yes, Unicorn's Journey Oracle launch next Saturday.
See, that was supposed to be a fun anecdote.
Yeah, it was. No, it turned into a story, but we like stories.
I always tell stories, and it always takes me an hour. But
yeah,
no, we have really, really interesting conversations, and we don't tolerate that bullying mentality that happens. If the conversation's a little hard, then yeah.
If people are being polite and respectful to each other,
yep,
it's good.
Well, I mean, I think that's what happened with that guy last month. He had a very specific opinion, and somebody else disagreed with his opinion.
So he got shitty.
And he's like, eh. And then when somebody said, "Well, that's kind of crappy because you're the one who brought it up," and then there's like, and then it's like,
yeah. Like
Marines, I think it is good to use an intuition, but to add an understanding of the keywords associated with the cards.
Yeah, valid. No one bites unless it's consensual. Yes.
Yes,
true.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we love her story maps. Exactly.
Mind you, we've also had some conversations. This also happens in the group. We've also had some conversations where there's a little bit of fun shit talk going back and forth.
Totally. Yeah.
Because like some of the group's been around for what, 7 years?
Show Allie your simple modern.
My what?
Your cup. I made Peggy get one. Well, by which I mean I got Peggy one so we'd have matching.
She made me get a cup. Well, your knee looks better.
But she uses it all the time.
Because I drink water once in a while.
She drinks water now more than I got her that.
I know we've had lots of there's been lots of interesting back and forth conversations in the group. Some conversations that have ran because it's like a message. Each individual thing is like a little mini message board, right? That's how Facebook works.
Yep.
Please tell me that's straight vodka in there. I don't
Ew,
drink.
I can't. I had a drink. Oh my God. Peggy. Oh, this was so sweet. So
vodka's my favorite, but I don't really drink anymore.
We have a Friday night date night, like a standing Friday night date night. And we usually go to like little local places, places that won't have lineups, places that are easy to get into on a Friday night at like 5:00 early dinner. Anyway, so because it's birthday weekend yesterday, and I assumed we were going to like a Denny's or a diner or something like that. And I go to pick Peggy up, and she's like, "Why don't we go to the Boathouse, which is like a really nice seafood restaurant on the water?" And I was like, "Okay." So we like tootled down to the Boathouse, and it was really great. I had a drink. This was going to the punchline. There was a segue in my brain. But anyways, I don't ever order alcohol, and I ordered a drink. I ordered a gourmet mojito of some kind. It had like mango puree and passion fruit puree and like mint and whatever.
I think I watched the borrowers.
When I tell you, we ate so much food. We had like 2 appetizers because for the variety, right? We had like crab cake and whatever. But I had one drink, and I swear to God, I was still feeling it when we got in the car to go home.
Barb went to a Boathouse.
I'm such a lightweight.
They're a chain. Are they a big chain or because they have one? They have
there's 2 locations here for sure because there's one on Granville,
one on Granville Island, one out here, and I thought there was another one.
I thought there was a New West one. Wasn't there a New West one?
There was one in New West. It might still be there.
I might be mixing it up with the Sandbar or a different one.
Nope, I don't know.
Was this that surprise stream night? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know. I think we're confused.
Did we accidentally stream last night and not know it? When we were playing Cult of the Lamb? No,
we weren't streaming then, were we?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Anyways, yeah. So I had a drink, but I was still feeling it. That's the punchline.
So because some people have too much time on their hands and like to breed discourse however they can. This is what happens in the group. Like
same thing. I feel the same, Artie. Yeah.
But then again, some people have too much time on their hands and they're an absolute hoot.
Yeah, totally.
Get in the group.
There's fun shenanigans. There's lots of fun shenanigans. Oh, there was a surprise Twitch shit where I joked you must have had too much sugar. That was 2 nights ago. Right?
That was a couple nights ago, yeah.
No, I had a really...
Oh, that's okay, John. You'll come back when you can.
Sounds good. I had a really not rough. I had a really worky week this week.
You had a really worky week.
So there was a couple nights where I came home and I was just like punchy and like whatever.
Oh, you were fun.
Yeah.
Fun. But then she decided to trip and fall on her face last night.
I told that story while you were walking.
Oh my God.
I face planted. Peggy was in full on protector mode. It was super cute.
Well, yeah.
She's yeah.
Oh, okay. The Boathouse is not a chain. I think it's in Millbay. I think it was an actual boathouse attached to the marina at some point.
Oh,
they have a restaurant here called the Boathouse, but there's at least 2 locations, possibly a third.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't there a boathouse down in Stanley Park as well?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
There's a lot of water around here, so the Boathouse as a name for a restaurant.
I had black cod on lobster risotto.
Yeah, you were just tripping, Lisa. It's easily done.
So good. That's the second time this year I have fully, like the first time this year was in January. That's when I hurt my hand, which is why shuffling has been hard. That was me literally tripping over my own feet and somersaulting into the road.
But you tripped while facing downhill, and that's
Brisbane's
Bistro. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. No, my January fall, I was actually on level ground, but you know where the sidewalk meets the grass? I had stepped funny and my foot twisted a little bit, and then as I went to catch myself,
but as
I did a running.
Did that? Yeah.
I do need to be bubble wrapped.
She does.
Really
we were coming out of the garage last night because we're in a condo, so we go down through the garage, then you're straight out at street level. So because it's not a huge building.
Yeah.
So we were coming out of the garage, and that area of the driveway is on a downslope, and there was some concrete damage.
Yeah.
So she gets into a little divot with her flip-flops on, and just bad combination, facing downhill, boom, straight down. And when she hit her face, and
I literally faced this part of my cheek bounced off the concrete a little bit. But it was the last thing.
It was just enough to be uncomfortable because it's already.
We thought I was gonna have the kind of bruise on my face. Peggy's like, "What if you have a kind of bruise on your face that it looks like you've just been punched in the face?" Thankfully, it did not.
Yeah, we got her cleaned up.
Yes.
We actually have one of those bathroom stools, the kind you put in your tub, because that way when we're washing the dogs, we can sit and lean into the tub.
Peggy had fish and chips.
So we threw that into the tub.
It was halibut and chips.
I had halibut and chips.
But our appetizers were a crab cake and a
artichoke and lobster, artichoke and crab.
Artichoke and shrimp brie dip.
It was really good.
That was really good.
And then crab cake.
And a crab cake.
I like crab
cake. The crab
cakes.
cake was it was high end, so it was a lot of lump crab meat in there.
Yeah, I don't want to go down for a flip-flop injury. Yeah, exactly.
But it wasn't crispy. I wasn't wearing flip-flops. I was wearing sandals.
You were wearing flip-flops.
Peggy's face. They were not. They're the kind that have a strap going diagonally across your foot and another strap going this way. So they're not flip-flops. Flip-flops have the little.
Yeah. So if it says we have to stop her, she could be craving fish and chips at 11 p.m.
I know, right?
Yeah. No. Okay. We got the crab cake, and we got two really, really, really nice appies. And so I just decided to keep dinner simple because I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be able to finish it, and I couldn't.
She could finish it. I legit finished my black cod and lobster risotto, though. That was good.
Yeah, keep saying it. Sophia's going to find out where we live.
Sophie.
Going to get a letter bomb.
Stop talking about food. Wait, you were telling the story of how I fell on my face. I'm sorry. I totally interrupted you.
Oh, no, that's not what I was going to do. Just a second.
Oh, she's leaving now. Bye.
Yeah, I'm done with you, bitch. See,
okay.
What?
Did you hear her? That just it comes out of her breathing. It's ridiculous. Are you gonna literally show my shoes?
If you didn't laugh when I said that shit, I wouldn't do that shit.
Are you actually showing my shoes? She's gonna go. Are you gonna hit me with my shoe? Because she's looking at me like she's gonna hit me with my shoe.
I'd like to.
You're gonna see my shoe on camera, guys.
That's the shoe.
See, it's not a flip flop. It's got extra straps.
It might as well. It's a flip flop with an extra strap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you'll send a flip flop letter bomb.
Yeah, this is an Alice quilt Peggy made me.
So that is what she was wearing.
Do you want to hit me with it now?
Okay, so give me that back.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go put it away anyway. So basically, walk. There's a hole in the ground. She goes like that. It goes like that, and she just kept going.
So they're Skechers. It's a flip flop with an identity crisis. Yeah, I've been accident prone and extra klutzy.
No, you haven't. It's been twice in a year. Before that.
Tell me I haven't been clumsy this year in general.
You're clumsy in general.
Oh, not just this year, just in general.
No, you're clumsy. You are how many times about once a year.
See, that is 0% of flip flop. I agree, Allie.
Fine.
That flip flop.
Fine.
We were talking about the flip flop seatbelt. Look. That flip flop, the seatbelt, I think is why my foot is so much better today, because I literally think that strap kept my foot from rolling too much.
Dropping fully into that hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
So she's clumsy.
Yeah.
Do you know what she did? I made her an amazing fucking quilt.
Which quilt are we talking? Oh God, am I about to be in trouble?
I made her a really beautiful unicorn quilt.
I love that quilt.
I said, honey, I just finished making this quilt.
Story. Oh God, it's caught on camera too.
I made the quilt.
It's on my
honey,
channel.
I got you this lovely quilt. Let's put it on the bed.
Put it on the bed.
Before I could leave the room. Oops, she spilled ink on it.
You had already left the room. You had already left the room.
Okay, yeah, and
It was
I heard you go.
I filmed
oops.
the video.
I heard you go. Oops.
The proof is literally. It was okay. If you guys remember when I used to sit on my bed and film facing the window, I don't know if y'all remember. There is a video. I think it's a monthly favorites type video. And in that video, I'm talking about this quilt that Peggy made me, and I was also showing some fountain pen things.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Brand new quilt had. And okay, I make the quilt and then I wash and dry the quilt because I like that little shrinky effect. So I sew with that in mind. So
I like it too.
So it's like get that like this crinkly effect. I don't know how to describe it.
It gets coffee.
Yeah, not even coffee, ink. So she's like, "Hi, I've got a brand new quilt. Let me change out the ink on this pen. I'll just hold it over the bed for while I do it."
I did not change the ink in my pen, I don't think, on camera, but I did open an ink bottle or I had a pen that dripped or something.
Oh, so basically you spilled. So basically, we're not talking. I put my pen down and the pen exploded. We're talking. I'm gonna fuck around with a bottle of ink.
No, I think it was a pen. I think it was a pen that dripped.
But you're gonna fuck around with it.
I definitely fucked around with it, and I found out.
Back in the wash it goes. But this gets better because you know what the best story is? We're having pasta for dinner.
Oh, this is so yeah, you could wait, real quick. If you really want to hunt for it, you can find the ink spillage. I think I even put a slow-mo, oh no, like one of those things.
Yeah.
I think I even put that in the video.
Yeah.
Because it was a total. Okay, anyway, so what's the thing is this the spaghetti story? Wow, you are just telling all my shit.
The spaghetti story is the best one. She does this about once a year. About
okay, I do. Probably about once a year. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna sip my beverage right now.
Okay.
Shut up.
For those of you who may not know, because my God, I spill our shit all the time around here. So you must know, my sewing area is set up where the dining room would be, and we don't have kitchen space, so we do not have a kitchen table to eat at.
Yeah, we eat it.
We eat on the couch. Yeah, constantly. We are
plates and laps.
Plate in the lap. Yeah. We've been doing this for like 20. Even when we had a kitchen table, we never sat at it. So it's okay.
Yeah.
So this is fine. That part's fine. This is the risk that you take, except for
right, Jenny?
What?
Happy birthday?
Yeah. ... You're laughing. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as she's laughing, it's fine. So she'll cry in shame later.
I will not.
That's a problem for future Lisa.
Oh, and Peggy. Future Peggy has that problem too. Anyways, continue.
Every now and again, Lisa gets craving spaghetti. No big deal.
I love spaghetti. It's
love spaghetti. Food. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're like, I'm okay. It's dinner time. Yeah, yeah. So that's fine. So that's just the way our life works. So basically we have this problem and no way to fix it. That's the point on that. I make a big batch of spaghetti, and I serve the spaghetti and the sauce separate. And I make I'm really hungry, she says, and she just starts piling it on. Oh, I love lots of sauce, she says, and she starts piling it on. She comes over, sits down, bloop, the entire plate in her lap. I thought it went
forward. Didn't it slide forward?
I can't. That might have been a different one.
Our plates have
about once
now.
A year.
Our plates have edges now. We have plates that have like.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry, Sophie. Plug your ears. It's almost over. The
spaghetti and sauce everywhere.
Spaghetti and okay. This is
I
not.
Can't remember
okay,
how
whoa. This is not the first time you've spilled an entire plate of. Don't tell Sophie. FOOD.
But it gets better because I can't handle being sticky or messy. So tell them what happens when I spill food on myself.
Guess he gets to clean it up.
No, but live demo. Like a toddler.
She's like this while the sauces and the whatever are dripping everywhere.
Peggy's bringing me cloves and like.
Yes, you are allowed to swear wherever you want, Sophie. I know what I'm doing to you, and I'm sorry, but embarrassing my wife, I had to pick. Right?
Oh my God, Michelle! It's a corollary of Murphy's law. The stain potential. Wait, the stain potential of any food is an inverse proportion to the cleanliness of the place you're in.
We had just gotten a new couch. I think we'd had it for about a week.
Wait, really? Was this when the couch was new? Becky's face.
That particular.
By the way, the quilt survived. For those of you wondering,
it still has a stain.
It has the tiniest, and it's
so did the couch.
The ink that spilled had the ink that spilled was almost the exact right color to sort of match with the
sort of, yeah.
Anyways, welcome to
drop
up.
Yeah, I'm just explaining how Lisa likes to just eat a plate of food onto her couch at least once a year, and that because she's like, oh my God, it might be sticky, I get to clean that shit up.
Well, I help clean other things up, but you have to clean me up so I can function, so that I can help you clean up. Because if I'm messy.
I believe there's been more than one.
Lisa needs bibs and these Velcro shoes. Leash. Say nothing.
Just look over there. Just look over there.
I see you. I know what you're doing. I can also hear you when you mouth words and you whisper them.
Fine.
I'm right here. Anyways.
Okay.
I am a little bit.
Oh, whoa.
accident
This gets
prone.
better. For starters, Little Miss, I'm going to make a mess of everything, also has a metal allergy.
What does that have to do with anything?
So guess who has to do the dishes?
No, I'm better now. I can do dishes most of the time.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't because you're at home all day and I'm at work all day.
My leg hurts.
Then I do the dishes.
No, it's going to hurt from now on.
Anytime you tell me you don't want to do them, I do them.
I don't feel like doing them. Okay.
I don't know what that is, but that's going.
Are you both in a gang from
No,
Chicago?
don't read it out loud, babe. I don't like to read out loud crap. We don't do that.
Okay.
But anyways.
So anyway.
We heard it here first. Yes.
Lisa can now do the dishes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's some vindication for Sophie because the only reason why I'm talking about you know what is because she makes such a mess with it.
I do make a mess.
Okay. The one where you
Yes, this is exactly what I do.
Yeah.
I'm slimy, sticky, anything funky in my hand, sloppy fingers, and cries to fix it.
Absolutely.
That's literally exactly what I do. Like, babe.
Okay.
Babe.
Whoa. After she decides, okay, basically, we sat down, we got dessert from the restaurant. Yeah. Oh my God, back to food again. I'm sorry, Sophie.
It was raspberry cake cheesecake. It was so good. I appreciate you, Sophie, but also it was really good. I wanted to say it was really good. Okay.
Well, no, she did the face plant. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, we're sorry.
Yeah, make fries. There you go.
Okay, so she gets halfway done. We got our dessert to go because it's like we don't want to give up dessert, but we're full, right?
We were full, yeah.
I'm making fries and maybe cheesecake.
Yep.
Now I understand the dilemma. Yeah, that's kind of it's midnight.
I was halfway through eating.
It's midnight. I can make a full meal. It's fine.
I had only eaten about a third of my cheesecake when we went outside to walk.
So
the
we
dogs.
get her all cleaned up.
Yeah, I was such a princess.
I
was being all like emotional about it.
Get her sat down, get her feet up so she can get her foot up, blah, 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 blah. She's got like half of her thing left and she's like, can you get me a new fork? Like,
I did not clap the hands. I just said, can I be a total princess because my fork got sticky?
My fork. So
what I said, could you bring me a new fork? You decided not to bring me a new fork.
It's like, because I was already down 6 times.
So she decided to feed me my cake. So she sat on the couch, bite by bite.
At 11 p.m. is technically still daytime, right?
Fed me the rest
We're not into the next day yet.
Yeah.
We're not into the next day yet. So,
It's true.
there's that.
It is true.
Anyways,
yes.
No, there has been more than one occasion where it's like, okay, so let's just get you into the shower. Just drop your stuff in the back of the tub. I'll rinse it out and take care of it later because I've got to start scooping shit off the couch.
You got to hose me off, hose the couch off. I may be a little clumsy at times. Like
at times.
Pancake and syrup. Okay, here's my problem, Barb. Pancakes and syrup are such a problem because I have to be surgically careful and precise with where I put my cutlery.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I have a tendency to apply just a little syrup at a time and then eat those bites, then another little syrup and then eat those bites.
You know how you
do that too, though.
You know how you go into some places and it says drizzling, tiny, dry. Guess who has to sit there?
Oh, yeah. I do ask Peggy to pour the syrup for me when we're out at restaurants, though, because the syrup bottle is almost always sticky and I'm not touching that. Okay.
At home, you'll do your thing and then wash your hands.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, I feel so seen.
Okay.
Yeah,
weird.
So now that we've established that Lisa is just turning my house into a garbage pit.
You've made me sound so charming.
Baby. Can't wait to get more of that.
You are so stuck with me. It just is what it is.
Oh, like an octopus. But anyway. I had no idea Lisa was neurotic. Oh, sorry, John. Poor John has to start.
Wait, who didn't know I was this neurotic? The more you know.
John and Sophie can
Barb, with each other. You had to have known by now.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
I don't want my pancakes pre-soaked. I want them to not be too sopping up with syrup. That's too much. I like it when they have the syrup is on and you like immediately put it in your mouth. Like I don't want it to set. It's kind of like cereal. You put the cereal in the milk.
My God, now we're just going to go straight up to torturing poor John and Sophie.
You put the milk in the cereal, but you cannot let it set.
John and Sophie are like, I am blocking.
Like you have to eat it while it's crunchy. You cannot let cereal go soggy. That's disgusting. Meanwhile, Peggy eats this cereal called
cereal.
Weetabix?
I like Weetabix.
It's like a block. It looks like hay, okay? And it's in a bowl. And
That's
pours
Shreddies. Shreddies is like eating hay.
a Weetabix is like a giant Shreddy. So she's fooling herself. But anyways, so she pours milk over the top, mashes it into the milk, lets it sit until it soaks up the milk, gets really slimy, and then she's like,
I don't do that. It's
Tell me again you don't do that. Tell me again.
okay, but at least it goes here instead of here.
That can't be your ultimate trump for everything.
Is it working?
Yeah. But
Is it working?
Point. That's not the point.
At least I eat it instead of wearing
Soggy
it.
cereal is gross. See? Thank you, Sophie.
I don't
See, now
do
you're
that.
not hungry.
It's just that one particular cereal, and that's how you eat it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Oh my God.
Wait, somebody had a question for you. Do you also stick your tongue out if you don't like a food's texture? Oh.
Do I stick my tongue out?
No, she just won't eat it.
Yeah, I just don't. Okay, here's the thing. My preferable way to eat would be able
Chances I'm so hungry I can feel my fridge trembling with fear. We're sorry.
No, Barb, there's actually a device. I was tempted, but I know it would probably not work in reality. But there's a device. I think I've told you about this. It's like a cup. And the way it works is it's got like an outer ring, and then it's got an inner ring or inner cup part. And in the inner cup part, you put your cereal. And wait. In the inner cup part, you put your cereal, right? And then in the outer ring, you have your milk. And you eat it like this, so that as you eat it, your cereal goes in your mouth, and then a little bit of milk goes in your mouth at the same time, so that the two don't meet until they're in your mouth.
No. No, you might as well just be dumping it straight onto the couch.
Okay, look, the reason I just buy it,
yeah, because might as well be dumping it straight onto the couch.
It's not practical for me, but
not even a little bit.
But like from a perfect cereal experience standpoint, it like in theory it sounds really good. But no, my perfect way is like divided plates. I don't want my food to touch unless it's supposed to touch. Like if it's like a sauce, it can be touching. If it's like I don't want my sauce though.
No, when I have
my
regular
meat
cereal,
to touch my corn.
When I have regular cereal, I'm just like, get it in before it gets soggy. Once it gets too soggy, that's Bruno's food.
Yeah, no, shredded wheat.
Yeah, I don't eat shredded wheat. I don't like shredded wheat.
It's the ratio.
This is a cereal called Weetabix. It comes like in a little thing, and then most people will crush it up.
Yeah,
like and then put cereal on it. It's kind of like once you let it soak for a few minutes, texture wise, it's like eating cold oatmeal. No, it's not even like that.
Okay, I can't.
It's got its own.
I cannot handle oatmeal texture for starters. Oatmeal texture is not in a bowl. It's disgusting.
It's not oatmeal. It's like
ew.
Yeah, trust me, I don't need my cards to predict that there's going to be a midnight meal now.
Know.
We are so sorry. It's like
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Weetabix so you know what Weetabix is, Sophie? I like Weetabix.
No, Weetabix is icky.
Okay, but don't forget, I grew up where we had Shreddies, puffed wheat, or Weetabix.
Yeah, exactly. I don't eat my food.
So it's like Shreddies and puffed wheat are both disgusting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I grew up on it and I hate it. Oh yeah. You put the Shreddies, that big block. It's like no.
Okay. I like cereal, but
life got better once mom and dad started bringing us Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, that shit will just tear the roof of your mouth to pieces.
But you know what? 50%, literally 50% of the deciding factor whether or not I'm going to like a cereal is how long it can last in milk before it gets gross. And there's only a few that meet that criteria. Cheerios is pretty good. I've discovered that Frosted Flakes of varying flavors works really well as long as you eat it quickly. And
they used Shreddies.
Lucky Charms.
Oh no, wait, shredded wheat.
They're all children's cereals.
Shredded wheat. We used to have Shreddies were good. I like Shreddies. Shredded wheat. Ugh.
But there's a few cereals that hold up really well, and those are the cereals I tend to eat.
No, I think Weetabix is very plain. I think it has sugar in it, but very little.
Oh, okay.
Very little.
Does the U.S. Canadian Weetabix have more? Yeah. Oh, that's what you're just.
Oh, you're also in the UK, John. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
We have Weetabix in the UK. Weetabix and jam or fruit. You know, one weird thing.
Same. Cherry, this is me. 90% of my cereal preferences are literally children's. Like, they have to be.
Yeah.
Like Fruit Loops. I like Fruit Loops. I like Lucky Charms.
Slightly off topic, but to the Brits in the house, Marmite. Why?
I thought Marmite was an Australian thing. Or no, Australian is Vegemite.
Vegemite and Marmite are apparently very similar.
Are they like cousins?
Yeah.
Is one made out of veggies?
So apparently now we're having Did we get enough for lunch? I think we just didn't eat enough lunch.
I ate right before the stream. I'm
not
hungry.
I think we are.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, Captain Crunch holds up well, but it is too rough on the outside. If it had better texture. Yeah, adult cereals are made of fiber and sadness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, sorry, John.
Damn, the fish and chips place. Well, why don't you go over to Sophie's house? She said she's making fish and didn't you say you were making fish and chips? Oh no, you were just making the fries.
Yeah.
You were just making
I'm gonna take off my cloud.
I don't like Marmite or vegetable alone, but I do like them in things like soups. I have pumpkin Marmite soup. I love. That might be interesting to have it as a little bit of a background flavor, the way you would add a little salt or a little. Yeah, Marmite is marketed as love it, hate it. I hate it. I don't. We got a chance to try some, didn't we? What was it we got a chance to try?
I didn't get a chance to try Marmite. No, I don't know what we tried.
Sad part, I did check via my phone.
Valid.
Oh, we need to, like, sorry, hunger may happen.
I don't know why. We always end up talking about food.
Well, because this particular time, though, it started off innocently enough because we were talking about how you like to paint the furniture.
That doesn't sound innocent to me. That sounds like the opposite of
I had an opportunity to just...
Yeah, you had an opportunity to roast me and ran with it.
Yeah. Marmite tastes like concentrated Bovril. A little...
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, it might not be terrible.
A little Bovril in a bowl in hot water makes a nice beef broth.
Vegemite, an Australian icon, is known for its intense, salty, and slightly bitter flavor with a thick paste-like texture.
Has a milder, slightly sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, neither of those sound good to me. Oh my God, yeah, we do on member readings too. We had an entire stream of bagels. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Last stream, I don't think we talked about food.
Yeah, I don't know that I would. I don't
know.
I cannot remember how or why we found out what Marmite tastes like.
I've never tasted Marmite. I'm confident. Mushy peas.
Maybe
a local fat fish food plate.
I like mushy peas.
Yeah, mushy peas are good. So Lisa, UJ Lenormand. Oh, I'm sorry, Letty. I totally forgot you asked this like ages ago. Yes, I would like to do a Unicorn's Journey Lenormand. And my thinking is, you know how Unicorn's Journey Tarot has a star on the back?
Star.
And you know how Unicorn's Journey Oracle has a sun on the back? My goal is for Unicorn's Journey Lenormand to have a moon on the back. So I've already kind of planned it in my brain. And I've already discussed it with Francesca. I just I don't know when. Stay tuned. But yes, I am planning to do one.
Well, yeah, because all of your Unicorn's Journey stuff is going through the same artist, so it's not like you can snap your fingers and get it done right away.
No, I mean, I try to keep Francesca working at all times.
See, this is a great opportunity for feedback. One of the conversations Lisa and I are having.
Oh boy.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It might get us off of food.
Yeah.
Oh, John can cook to Michelin standard. Where do you live again?
Yeah.
Where do you live again?
Oh no, all my cooking tastes like burnt rubber tires. Michelin standard.
Wrong kind of Michelin.
I
am so sorry. I should have read the rest of that post.
Yep.
I can cook.
I decided to add crispy chicken to the sweet potato fries.
There you go.
Good plan. Yay for snackies.
Lenormand.
Bye, Indigo. Thanks for hanging out and thank you.
Oh.
What do I prefer for breakfast? I'm not a big breakfast person. When I have breakfast, I either have eggs or I have some kind of pastry, like
I
toast
keep it
or something
simple.
like that.
Yeah.
Come here.
Toast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you the way?
You did a bad angle.
Okay, come here.
Oh, he doesn't like that angle. Okay, one of the things
he helped that I grabbed this collar.
Okay,
sorry.
So Unicorn Journey Lenormand, barring an absolute, unless there's an absolute catastrophe, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
It's just timing.
One of the conversations that Lisa and I have been having is that Lenormand isn't necessarily as popular in the community as tarot, so it might be something. I'm kind of on team. Let's just do it and put it right to. Let's take it straight to Etsy and not do a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And you're kind of, well, a Kickstarter can help us sort out how many copies we should get.
Well, it can help us sort out copies and it can expose it to an audience that otherwise might not see it. Yeah. So it's got benefits that way. But
John, that's too bad.
It's not really necessary for the Lenormand. It would be a practicality of like, is it better to launch it on Kickstarter for the like quote unquote exposure of the deck to a wider audience rather than just quietly putting it in the Etsy shop kind of thing. But I don't know that it's like, yeah. So we kind of flip flop back and forth.
We flip flop back and forth. But one thing is
birthday, not breakfast. Oh,
Lenormand putting together a Lenormand deck may not will may be because it's
what's up, baby?
it might be a more simplified process. There's less cards and the meetings are more static.
It'll be whether I do a book with it. If I do a book with it, it'll be more. But anyways, you were saying.
Yeah, no. But what I mean is like the process itself should. There's a really strong chance that the process of putting together a Lenormand deck will already be quicker and easier as it is.
Yeah.
So it could be a project that can slot in during that waiting period while stuff is getting finished and finalized and done on other projects.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Michelle said, I'm not sure what Kickstarter looks like from the back end as a creator. Is there a way to search? Yeah, absolutely. You can look up and see how past ones have done. I think it would do fine. It's not so much that.
We're not particularly concerned how it would go. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why the conversation is happening on our end. It's like
Cooper.
We're not we do not have to have this massive successful campaign before we're willing to put up the Lenormand deck.
No, I could just What if you did the book later? I think if I did a book, it would be like a little booklet in the cards. It wouldn't be anything involved. I'm not going to write like a big in-depth Lenormand book. It's just not my forte.
I would love that. John says my girlfriend is a professional chef, which is great because I'm a professional diner.
Yeah,
I love to cook and I love to eat other people's cooking.
Yeah,
we have an efficiency kitchen. Well.
I put earlier, you're kind of hoping I'll slip it in.
We have a kitchen, we can't go crazy.
Oh, you're hoping I'd slip it in before Convocation of Witches. I don't think that's going to happen because Francesca and I are pretty focused on Convocation of Witches at the moment. But maybe between Convocation of Witches and another thing. The other practicality piece to Peggy's point is that you can't run multiple Kickstarters at the same time.
Oh, that was another thing too.
So like you can't start a new Kickstarter if you haven't delivered the previous one, right? You're not allowed to. So
but in that waiting period might be a good opportunity to do the Lenormand.
Like maybe after Convocation of Witches, while I'm waiting for that to be ready to ship, would be a great time to slot in the Lenormand. So yeah, typically because they don't want creators to get overextended. So you have to show that you've finished project 1 before you start project 2.
Yeah.
They won't usually approve them otherwise.
Any new books in the plans?
Any new books? I have another book that is currently paused, but is very much wanting to be written. It's more a timing thing. And then somebody said, I don't know what decks Lisa's making.
COW is Convocation of Witches, which is the next deck that's coming out after the Unicorn Journey Oracle.
Yeah. So Francesca and I are illustrating that one right now. Yes, Artie, but I don't know how much I've talked about it public, but yeah. So the decks that are currently in the works, we have Unicorn's Journey Oracle that is going to launch on Kickstarter next Saturday. We'll have a launch party here. And then after that, my next deck will be Convocation of Witches Tarot, which is a granny witch, cottage witch deck kind of thing. It's really sweet. Yeah. Every single individual card has like a little mini narrative about what's going on in the card, as well as advice from that particular witch. It's like I'm building my own set of spiritual ancestors, and I'm really excited about it. They're all elderly.
John asked, do you know the UK organization called Tabby?
Yeah, actually. Speaking of which, not next weekend, but the weekend after, I believe is the online Tabby conference. And if you guys missed it in my socials, Unicorn's Journey Tarot was nominated in 3 out of the 10 categories for stuff. And also, don't worry about it, Artie. It's totally fine.
Oh, yeah. No, nothing's a secret. And if it is, we'll just say, we're not talking about it publicly yet. Yeah. Ask in the private group and we'll be happy to.
Yeah, but don't stress about it. You're fine.
Absolutely. Never, if it was that big of a deal, we wouldn't do live streams.
Exactly. But no, and I'm pretty much an open book anyways. But so anyways, Unicorn's Journey Tarot was nominated for 3 different awards in the Tabby Tarot Awards, and also, or in the Carter Awards by Tabby, and also Unlocking the Tarot was nominated and I don't find out yet. Voting has ended, but the 26th is the, I think, award ceremony. So I'm going to try to tune in for that because they gave us a link where we can join in the Zoom.
So she knows about it.
Anyways, yeah, I know about it. I'm a little excited about it because it was just really cool to have my work recognized like that. So it's very exciting. But yes, I do want. I think I may have talked about it a little bit publicly too, Artie. But yeah, my next book would be on my intuitive tarot method.
Why are you in a happiness?
Probably 99% sure.
Bruno's over here just panting. I'm happy. I'm a happy dog. I'm happy.
You voted for tequila? Nice. Do you know there was something else I saw? Lisa claimed 50% off those noms. Nominations. I'm like, what? Because I hear noms and I think nom. And I'm like, we were talking about about food again?
Oh, the food conversation isn't over, I see.
I love that you know me well enough to know exactly where my brain went.
Look at this. I don't know if I can get the...
Yeah, we can just
Look at
lower
him.
it. Yeah. There
He's
he
just...
is. Oh, you can see my little knee scrape. There's my owie. Yeah, he's just chilling. Kidding. I voted for all your stuff. Thanks, Barb. Oh my gosh.
Any decks you guys are currently loving or interested in? I'm not really a deck. I have my deck, and other than that, now that I've got my deck, I've lost all interest in other decks.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened for Peggy.
Which is not a surprise because that deck is, it's like, this is what I think this card. Me. This is 78. Me.
She has it tattooed, so yeah.
That's the chariot.
That's Peggy's chariot tattoo.
Yeah.
As if we wouldn't.
Sassy Dragons, Lenormand.
You guys are so sweet.
We don't know what may or may not happen where Sassy Dragons is concerned because the original artists that we had do the Sassy Dragons have decided to go their separate ways and pursue other projects.
Yeah, they're doing
so
other stuff now. If anything else that we do with that sassy flair is going to be a different art.
It'll be different. It'll be a different. Yeah,
but we are talking about ideas.
We're talking about ideas, but it would be a different artist.
Yeah.
I don't know what a Sassy Dragon Lenormand would look like though.
Lenormand's tricky because
it doesn't the meanings are very static.
They're very fixed. Yeah, I would say
like tarot. The reason why tarot. Okay, this is my impression.
Hello, Goober. This
is my opinion based on how I see things. But
We've talked about it
the reason why tarot has thousands of decks and thousands of books is because there's wiggle room on the interpretation based on the cards themselves, based on the context of the reading. Like if you're doing the 10 of Cups in a business reading, pursue opportunities. The 10 of Cups in a romance reading, you're going to be satisfied happily ever after.
Yeah.
This sort of thing. So the context and the nuances vary so much across tarot that it's possible to have two different decks mean two completely different things.
What is
blah 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 blah. Lenormand though is like Lenormand is like, we're going to give you some very set things and then you do your own thinking after that, but there's not really the same. I don't know, it's hard to describe.
No, this group knows exactly what you're referring to.
There's a lot.
You're fine.
There's a lot of nuance within tarot.
Yeah.
Like 10 of Swords, somebody's going to stab you in the back. 10 of Swords, well, you've already at rock bottom. You've got nowhere to go but up.
I'm so fucking proud of you right now. That was amazing. Did you guys hear that?
But there's a nuance.
She just rattled that shit off like a pro.
Like, okay, so like if you draw, for some people, if you draw the 10 of Swords, oh my God, somebody's out to get you. For other people, you draw the 10 of Swords. No, we don't know. We don't know. Who
knows what the future holds? But they are working on other projects now. So
but they're working on personal projects, and I don't know if they have plans to go back. I know they canceled the Kickstarter
for their Lenormand, the little Phantasm.
Phantasm, Lenormand.
Yeah.
They canceled that one, but we don't know. We don't know what plans
Time
they
will
may
tell.
have.
Like who knows? Who knows what they do in the future? But
I mean, they are very, very, very sweet guys. But at the end of the day, we didn't know them very well. No, they have a very good reputation, but we didn't. But so we didn't know them well enough for them to feel like we should ask for a deeper explanation beyond
personal.
They're like, we talked about it. We're doing other projects, so they already finished our project.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Ours was done.
So unless they announce that they are working on collaborations again, we're not going to even consider approaching them.
10 of Swords Inigo Montoya is still looking for the six-fingered man and started collecting swords, hoping one will help, and the man who help end the man who killed his father. Yes.
Yeah. No, tarot's got a wide range of interpretation.
Actually, it's easy as pie, Sophie. Okay, the way that I like to create is have a vision, and then you have basically brought somebody on to help you bring that vision to life, but you have a very cohesive, fully constructed idea of what you want. Like that's how Francesca and I work. Like it sounds bad, but like I don't need to know her. If her style works and if I can communicate,
I gotta go change my shirt.
If her style works and I can communicate well with her. I was just talking about this in member space this morning, but the way Francesca and I work on projects is basically I have a fully formed idea and I literally hand this fully formed idea to somebody and I'm like, okay, this is what I want it to look like. This is what I'm trying to convey. This is the story. This is everything. Like with Convocation of Witches, I literally send Francesca the story of the card, the full visual description of the card. And actually this past week, I ended up, because I was having trouble kind of getting the full idea across. So at one point we were going back and forth with sketches. And at one point I said, okay. And so I literally took a ballpoint pen and a piece of white printer paper and like roughly sketched like where I wanted things to go and like how I needed it like to look, and then sent it to her. So like I don't have the artistic skill to create what I'm envisioning, but I have the full plan. Like I know what I want. I know how I want it to look. I know all of that. So that's just how she and I work. To a degree, it's not, at that point, it's about bringing it to life. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's super fun. It's actually super fun. I think, funny enough, I think I would actually have a harder time. Like Peggy and I worked great together on Sassy Dragons, but I think it would be harder to make a deck with somebody I know really well or that knows me really well. Because it might be harder for me to stay like laser focused on my creative vision if somebody else is like, but don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do that? And collaboration is amazing. But if you have a very clear idea of what you want, it can waylay you sometimes. Yeah, exactly, Artie. Yeah, I don't have the creative skill, like the painting skill, but I know what I want to like. I know what I want it to look like. I know how I want it to feel, and I know where I want things. And like with tarot, I'm really picky about symbols and where they go and all that kind of stuff. So that's why Francesca, my procedure is like, I send her all this stuff. She sends me back a sketch, and then
you have a clear vision,
we go back and forth.
Verbal skills to explain what you want.
Yeah.
Which is how you meet in the middle on that sort of stuff.
I end up doing a lot of writing. Actually, I do a lot of writing to sort of like explain and paint a picture with words, and then she paints the picture with her medium, and then we meet in the middle, and it's great. I totally agree, Artie. I think I'm learning some artistic, some small bits when I play around with my watercolors or I play around with colored pencil or whatever.
You have enough you have enough interest. Where did I put my glasses? You have enough interest to know what it is you're asking for. I think they're back in the back. To know what you're asking for and to know whether or not it's doable. And then you have enough editing skills to do little tiny tweaks on your own. Because you don't try to redo the art, but you've done little tweaks.
Yeah. And like even like understanding things like foreground and midground and background and being able to talk about perspective or being able to like I have enough. I did some art school, like not art school. I did some art classes in like high school. Like I have enough that I can kind of get at what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
There.
No, okay. basically when you're working with an artist, when you're not doing your own art, you have to be able to verbally explain in detail how you want the art to look. You have to be able you're not the artist, but you are the director.
Yeah.
So that's and Lisa, you are prolific. Yeah. Just in being able to write 5,000 words in a day if you're on a roll.
Yeah, true.
So being able to explain what you want in detail, and you understand, you geek out enough on the art all by yourself to understand what you're asking for.
Yeah. I don't watch Love Island. And what was the other question? Oh, and I haven't read The Artist's Way. I haven't read The Artist's Way. I read Big Magic though, and that was incredible by Elizabeth Gilbert. That's really good.
Contact the developer of Date Everything and tell them to add the tarot card we can date.
I know, right? I downloaded that game. I haven't played it yet though.
Ooh, John's slowly designing a deck.
Nice. You're not the artist, but you are the creator.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's why I feel so confident about, like, I feel comfortable with that title because I know what I'm doing. That makes sense.
Now we just need to find an artist with a compatible style so we can do Sassy Dragon Oracle.
Or just Sassy Oracle.
Sassy, well, yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. No, I don't think it would be.
I don't think it would be dragons either.
I think I would like the same cutesy but fuck you at the same time art style though.
I've literally been playing with the idea, but I don't know how y'all feel about this. I've been playing with the idea of how cool
I may or may not have had a Steam Deck show up at my house yesterday so I can date household items.
Oh my god, Barb.
I didn't mean to interrupt you though.
No, that's okay. I've been toying around with the idea of like watercolor backgrounds. I can even paint those, have fun playing with different watercolors and doing words on watercolor backings. Have you ever seen the Sacred Creators Oracle? Have I shown that?
You'd have to show me.
It's like got a bit of watercolor, a bit of color.
You know what it is? I definitely really enjoy the imagery.
Yeah, you want pictures.
I want pictures.
She wants pictures.
Sassy cult babies. Or
I was really interested in the Steam Deck, except for that I have a Switch and I don't use it hardly ever because the screen is so small and I'm getting old now. So like I was like, I don't know if I'd actually use the Steam Deck.
But you can cast your Switch to the TV, and that's the thing that we're lazy about doing is casting it.
Neither one of us do it.
I know, we're lazy.
I know.
Because it's easy. Because
we just moved the furniture, so in theory we could, and we still haven't.
Yeah, I have an NSFW Sassy in my car. I pull cards before I go into work.
That's amazing.
It's like, yeah, which motherfucker do I need to deal with today?
Yeah, we pulled it a bit, and today we were working with in the Badass Unicorns. We have a thing we do called Tarot Test Drive, and so I was streaming that this morning, where we basically like create a practice. It's a whole thing. But this morning we were working on fandom decks, and we were doing a reading involving the Queen of Swords, who was the Wicked Witch of the West. And I can't remember which member suggested it, but somebody's like, we need to grab the Sassy Dragons because we were pulling decks that kind of were somehow like compatible with the character, with what was going on.
Right.
And it was, somebody's like, you need to pull Sassy Dragon. She needs the Sassy Dragons message. It was great. It was great.
That's turning, it's funny because that's turning into a big thing in tarot, is to combine messages through multiple decks.
Oh yeah. I think it's turned into. We've been pairing decks for a while now.
It's kind of interesting because it really okay. One of the things that I say is every single deck has its own nuance because every creator brings their own thoughts and their thoughts and their ever so slightly different ideas on what a card means into a deck. So every deck has a slightly different flavor, and mixing and matching them. Yeah, it's kind of like having 2 scoops of ice cream, right?
Yeah. Oh. So Barb says, I'm surprised how large the Steam Deck is. I still need to charge it, so I don't know if I'll be able to see the screen or not. I did not get the thing that connects, or I did get the thing that connects the deck to stuff. That's what I think a friend of ours, Krista, who plays with us for Taps and Tarot, Krista does that with the Steam Deck, I think. And I don't know if you're still here, Allie, but do you do that too? Like
Sassy Dragons help me keep my temper at work. It helped me enough to get my shit together to start job hunting. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That is.
Oh, look at you, babe.
All right.
Helping people.
What would Peggy say? Probably something inappropriate.
That's why it's like literally that deck. It's a deck of what would Peggy say. That's basically what
we just got the Oculus Quest, which is the VR headset. So there's no argument. There's no reason to discuss getting a Steam Deck, at least not yet.
No, we're good. Especially because I can play my Steam Deck, my Steam games in my Oculus, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I still have to show you how to do that.
We'll do it later. Do you know what? Okay. The Oculus has this membership thing that you can do, so you join up, and then you can like.
It's like a game subscription.
It's like an arcade subscription. But you get to apparently download and keep the games. This month they came out, and it's a 3D puzzle game. So you can grab you grab this piece here and put this piece here, but it's not like this. They're 3D, so you got to go, and you're basically building a model.
Yeah.
Puzzling places. Yeah. I used to really love, I used to buy those 3D puzzle kits. Yeah. So I'm like, this is awesome. I am in love. I am in love.
Wait, you were coloring on the Quest? I don't think I've even seen any. I have to look.
Now. Oh, okay. I can't with virtual machines. They mess up my balance. They mess up my balance too because I got a fucked up leg, right? But there's a whole shit ton of stuff out now where you're still doing this with both hands, but you can sit.
Yeah.
I puzzling places.
Can you play multiplayer, Jenny? Is there multiplayer in that game?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I'm really bad at puzzles, but it'd be fun to hop in and help you with one or something.
Yeah, to at least watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's
she says yes.
Nice. So we got to check that out. That could be we got a couple of games. Lisa had the Quest first, right?
I had a Quest.
Oh, you can build the same puzzle together. Lisa had a Quest 2 and she passed it down to me, so I tried it out. I was like, okay, this is nice and this is nice, but even if my balance was good and there was no issues, we've got 2 dogs, and they always sleep in whatever room I happen to be in during the day. So the chances, the odds of me eventually stepping on a dog are pretty high.
Yeah.
So and a lot of the games that do require some degree of walking around, you can reset them so that you just either stand in one spot or you can sit somewhere.
I've done a lot of physical games around the dogs and it's been totally fine, but I'm also not home by myself when I'm doing that. So
well, no, I do have I have a messed up leg. If I've actually got pretty good balance. Life is pretty good because I know how to compensate. And I also know that if I trip in the right circumstances, I'm going straight down and probably going to really get hurt.
We're talking about a VR headset, Artie.
Oh, just a minute.
Peggy will show you.
I'll go get it.
Peggy will show you hers. I'm just going to go grab that Puzzling Places before I forget.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, if we can play together. Games catalog. See all. So it's like a monthly fee, but you can like access whatever's in the library that month or whatever. And it changes. Some games stay on there for a long time. But they rotate too. So because your Demio is still on there and everything. Okay, there it is, Puzzling Places.
Obviously, I'm not going to turn it on, but this is what it is. Wait. So there's the.
Let me move it. There we go. There you go, babe.
So there is those are the. Well, you can see the screen being reflected back. See us, and we opted to upgrade
fancy accessories.
We got the fancy accessories.
That's the best. That one's got a battery pack on the back. It's got a fan right here.
You just pop it on. You can tighten it if you need to, loosen it if you need to, so you can get it ready to go, whatever works for you. I can see right through the screen right now. This one has
in, but yeah.
That plugs in, but there's no point in draining the battery just yet.
Yeah.
And then you have your controllers. Right? And then because it's VR, like you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but because it's VR,
it's a look. Yeah.
There's literally little laser pointers.
It's the Quest 3. Yeah.
There's little laser pointers that come out of the end of the controllers. Not laser
in her view. She can see
within my view, right?
Out.
Because the camera is projecting straight to my eyes, but of course my brain thinks that it's in the middle of the room. So you just go point and click and point and click. Open a game.
You can get prescription lenses that you just pop into the Quest.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to wear your glasses. But they also have spacers for glasses.
I think I have a smudge inside. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It looks kind of goofy, but there's games that you can play. Like, so basically Peggy
and I were playing mini golf together.
Yeah,
there's a mini golf game.
Yeah. So like
I have one, she has one.
What I do, here, flip the what I do when I'm doing something that stand up.
Okay.
I've got the pass-through still on so I can actually see the entire room.
There you go, guys.
So I would like get myself so that I'm like the back of my leg is touching the couch.
Something to have your bearings.
So I don't lose track of where I am, and then I do my thing.
I
make sure everything's away from me.
Yeah, I have a little octagon carpet, like rug, like a little octagon rug, so that I can stand on it and know where my feet are in space.
Yeah, looks kind of goofy, feels kind of goofy, but
we're getting a full demo. This is amazing.
When you're actually in the middle of playing a game,
no, they're not cheap.
Okay, when I'm like this,
yeah,
trying to do a thing, trying to pick up a lamp and bring it back. When I'm doing stuff like that, I look goofy to her, but you don't feel goofy because the entire thing is.
You can actually cast it to your TV too, so if people are hanging out with you, they can see what you're doing.
Oh, there you go. Maybe next time.
Yeah, we can do a VR party. We can figure out how to cast it to the computer.
Anyway.
But yeah, figure it out another time. He broke his TV playing Beat Saber by putting his fist through the flat screen. Yeah, I
wouldn't stand that close.
Yeah, they have settings so that you know where your boundaries are and you basically stay within it. And the Quest 3 automatically maps your room so it knows where your objects are, so it's even better. Also, there are like straps to go around your wrist so you don't accidentally like get caught up in VR and throw your actual controller. Well, like if you're trying to throw something and you like don't have your controller hooked to you.
This is why I stay where I'm backed up against something that I can feel.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you start playing, and this happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
What happens is you start playing, you're not touching anything.
Yeah.
So you lose track of where you're left, right, back. You lose track of where you are in the room, and then you get too close to something.
Yeah.
So like,
and there's a lot of games with mixed reality, so you can actually see your room around you too, which is super helpful.
There's mixed reality, so you can see the room.
Yeah.
There's games where you can sit, so you just got to make sure that. Well, and most of the sitting games, you're not going to go completely crazy with the hand and arm motions.
Yeah, Cherry, I would say if you're thinking about VR, start with games that aren't scary, have any jump scares. It's really popular right now to get people into VR and then put them into scenarios that are really freaky. And that it can feel much more real than you think it would. So I would say start slow.
Well, like, okay, there was the one game that you got. It was a roller coaster game where you're riding a roller coaster. It's like, the vertigo was almost instantaneous.
It was so funny. I told Peggy, I was like, You're going to feel dizzy. You should sit down. She's like, no, I'm good. She stood up and it took her like, she was like, oh my God. And within like a few seconds, she's like stumbling. I'm like, and you're sitting down now?
I sat down right away, but the vertigo didn't really go away.
Yeah.
But because any game that's too fast, that's where you really...
The roller coaster, when you literally feel like you're in a roller coaster, it's wild.
But the thing is that, like I said, this game...
But you can get motion sick.
If you've ever seen a 3D puzzle, that's all you're doing is putting together basically a model, right?
And there's like 3D Tetris, and there's Angry Birds is in there, so you can play Angry Birds in VR, where you're actually pulling them back on the slingshot and letting them go.
There's a lot, cool. There's a lot of the games that are out right now are more taking advantage of the 3D experience than... Yeah. I can't play VR, I get sick.
Yeah, you're not alone. Some people get really motion sick.
Some people can't handle it. And
the games are actually rated for comfortable, moderate, or intense.
We've already encountered a couple of games that I'm just not going to be able to play.
Yeah, like we were playing this one survival game, but it was so motiony. You could play it.
We
switched modes.
We switched a bunch of modes, and I can play it, but it's not going to be a game that I'm going to want to play for more than half hour sort of time.
Oh my God, she got this game. Was it called Demio?
Demio, yeah.
Demio. Okay, so you're basically a god, and you have like I don't know. It's like you're looking down at like a table of land.
I did the trial of the roller coaster and just about vomited. Yeah.
It's not recommended. It's intense.
Okay,
I can do it for short time.
Here's my personal recommendation. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a little up there. Here's my personal recommendation. Take advantage of the buddy system. If you have a friend or family member who already has, if you think this sounds like it might be interesting, but it's expensive.
It is expensive.
So if you have a friend or family member who already has one, literally say, hey, I'm thinking about buying one of these, but ask if you can test it out. Ask if you can check it out and try it.
I think there's also now places you can go, like literal arcade type places.
I can't watch roller coaster first person views on YouTube. So so you wouldn't want that game.
No, I actually think there's places you can go where you can basically book an hour or so to play VR either alone or with friends. So you can also go to places. We almost did that, remember?
Yeah, we almost
for one of the boys' birthdays. I can't remember which
John
one.
did. John did it for John went.
Yeah. So you go and everybody has VR and you got these big open rooms. So you can kind of see what the experience is like.
It's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
The only reason
I got mine as like a treat for writing my book, basically.
Okay, yeah. When Lisa wrote her book, when Lisa first published her book, was it your book?
It was when I finally got paid for my book.
No, it was your Self-Worth Path.
For my first quest too? Yeah. I'm talking about my recent one. I was just talking about
No, yeah.
I was telling a different story.
The thing is though, is that you got it when you wrote the Self-Worth Path and got your first big check. That's when you got the quest 2. We didn't just go out and buy this shit on a whim.
No, my first quest 2, I had like basically an Amazon gift certificate to use.
We had something, yeah. We had a way to make it. We had a way to bring the price down.
This most recent one was when I got paid for my book.
Yeah, we had a way to bring the price down. I did it for an occasion. Yeah. And then you were enjoying it so much that when you got your first royalty check for the book, you went and got the upgrade.
Yeah.
I inherited your downgrade. I inherited your old one.
Yep.
And then of course Sassy Dragon came out. But this is not
Sassy Dragon's already out, but like I ended up I got it for her. Hold on. I got it for her because she tried the quest 2. You really liked it.
Yeah, I know that. But if we didn't have the money, if we hadn't already had the money from the Sassy Dragon coming in, it was already in.
Yeah.
So, but these are
treats. These are tech
toys. These were treats, and these were treats that we happen to have the money for because of circumstances.
Yes.
You know what? I'm saying it ass backwards. I would not have went, well, we can just pay off the credit card in 6 months. No, we wouldn't have. If we did not already have bonus money coming in from sources, we would never have considered it.
There are definitely a lot of immersive nature things. There's ones you can go underwater. There's ones where
home and heading for the fridge.
Yeah, Letty's like, I would just want forest bathing. There's several nature ones that are really relaxing. I have a meditation app that I got a lifetime subscription to back when I had my quest 2 that I still love called, I forget the name of it, but it's got these immersive meditation environments and it's so relaxing and beautiful. You got beautiful sound, like sights. It's like you're in nature. It'll do breathing things. Like, you know the breathing exercise where you breathe out and breathe in and they tell you to imagine you're breathing in and breathing out light. This meditation app literally does that. So when you're breathing out, it looks like there's light coming out of your mouth. And when you breathe in, there's light coming in. So it's really good for breathing exercises. Oh my God, it's incredible. It's so beautiful. So there's lots of relaxing non-game experiences that I enjoy as well.
Yeah, see, like Barb says, I was only able to get the Steam Deck because my parents are no longer alive. I only got the Steam Deck because I managed to snag a really good Facebook Marketplace deal. Here's the thing.
I'll look it up, Cherry.
Regardless of your situation, when you wait for a bonus or a something, then you really appreciate it more. You appreciate it in a much different way.
Yeah.
But no, it's a pricey toy.
It is, yeah.
And I'm not going to pretend it's not. It's really easy to make it sound like, well, of course you should have one. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I would definitely. Okay, Lisa, you had yours for how long did you have the two? I tried it once or twice. I never really got into it until I was able to have it as my own, so that I had full-time access to it. Then I decided I liked it. Then she decided, well, you know what?
Here it is. It's called Trip. I'll show you.
You know what? We've got that. We've got all that bonus money. So
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys. This is the meditation app that I do. Let me just make sure it's on the screen.
I know so many people who, oh, this is new and I'm going to go get it. And there's always those things that we get just as a matter of fact. I
need this just to make sure. Okay, this is new. This is like, but yeah, like, so it'll have you do different things. You'll go through different environments. This is a terrible video.
Yeah,
there's different environments.
Like Sarah says, saving up helps appreciate it. I would never put something like that on a credit card expecting to pay it off, but I might have saved up for something like that. But
but like some of these environments, like this one has the inhale, exhale. Like, look you're just out in these beautiful environments. This one is really, really good.
Oh wow, since Atari.
Yeah,
we've always had some sort of a game
like
kicking around.
This kind of thing that you're doing here that you see on the screen. With this, you're actually doing things where like you're trying to synchronize things with your breath, or you're trying to like tilt your head slightly. So you're doing this like really relaxing. Some other ones, I don't know if I can search my library, but there's another one. This pillow one's kind of silly. I played around with that one.
Well, go look at the puzzle one.
Oh yeah, puzzling places. Oh yeah, it didn't even occur to me to do this before. Puzzling places. This is the game Peggy was describing.
Yeah,
it's literally like.
But the good news on a game like this, the things are only moving as fast as you want to move your head or look around. But what you have you have this, there's this little graphic that shows each hand, so you can see where your hands are in relation to what you're doing.
Yeah, and then what's the other one that I was telling them about? Demio was the other game I was telling them about. Oh no, it's not Demio. It's called.
Yeah, no, Demio.
Is that the one? Are you sure?
Oh no, wait, no, it's
Deism. Demio is a table. I did get Demio, but this is Deism. This was so up Peggy's alley. It's hilarious because like you're really like, I'm just gonna click through. You don't need it.
Yeah, this is the game.
So you're creating this world, but you can look at this. Like you have little characters. But she was like, I'm throwing down a storm. I'm doing this. Oh, look up coloring. Oh, right. You said that. Look up coloring. It's like a citizen.
Saved up and got lucky going to bucket list concert with Cyndi Lauper on her farewell tour. I loved her music.
Coloring? Okay, Barb, tell me if you see one. Oh. Color space, maybe?
There you go.
Okay, maybe VR isn't for me. Even watching that is making my head not so happy. Oh, okay, we won't do very much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is what I mean. If you have an opportunity to try it because you have a friend or a relative who happens to have one and is willing to let you check it out, do that before you buy, because the two was definitely much harder on my eyes. And there was a couple of games that I checked out on the 2 that was like, oh, that's not okay. But then I put it on the 3 and it's like, oh, now it's awesome because the visuals are clearer because of the better quality of the device.
Yeah.
But
hope you feel better soon, Pamela.
Final decision: cheese on toast with chorizo. I don't like chorizo.
That was a good decision.
I don't like chorizo. So chorizo here, I don't know why, but they use hot paprika, and usually it's got some cayenne in it, which I don't like cayenne.
Yeah. I was tempted to go to Cyndi Lauper. She's in Vancouver.
She's one of those artists whose music saved my mental health as a kid. Yeah.
August 21st. Oh, cool. I didn't know she was coming.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I
feel like I only know. Man, I used to follow her like crazy when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I know all her stuff now.
I don't think she ever continued to make music beyond a certain point.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
I think she basically
Girls Just Want to Have Fun and True Colors are
True
the two
Colors,
that come to mind immediately. God, do I know any of her other songs?
I used to know a whole
So
bunch
did
of her
I.
stuff. Now I want to go look it up. It's like, if I remember enough of her stuff.
Yeah. I've taken my Steam Deck to hospital appointments, and it's literally a lifesaver when you're just sat there waiting. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so glad. Thanks for hanging out with us, John.
Oh, nice. Thanks, John. My big thing is that if the screen's too small, then I get like I get little like blurry eye strainy thing happening. So
thanks, Helen. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah,
She-Bop. Oh yeah, I knew that one.
She-Bop. Goonies Are Good Enough. Time After Time.
Change of Heart. Okay, I know.
Yeah,
those.
I
don't know about Goonies Are Good Enough. I remember that one.
Yeah, no, I remember that one ish. She did a couple of albums, and at one point in time, I could have named every single song. I can't remember how many but like.
Oh, she's been doing Broadway, really?
Wow.
Peggy, that's why I got the deck. It has a much better and bigger screen. The Switch display is too small for me.
Yeah.
They made it bigger for the Switch too.
Yeah, they made it bigger, but
I don't know that it's that much bigger.
I don't know.
My concern about the Steam Deck though is that it's bigger, but that also mean it's heavier? Because
but now also to keep in mind though, okay, right now I'm basically taking the summer off.
Mm-hmm.
The tariff stuff is still somewhat ongoing, which I'm no longer concerned about this tariff stuff. I've already figured out how I'm going to have to deal with it, and I already know how that's going to work. We're still on the verge.
That's the size.
Oh, wow, that's a decent sized screen.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty big screen.
We are still on the verge of an imminent postal strike.
Dang, thanks,
Barb. And the post office up here in Canada is in a position where they can literally put out an announcement tonight and be on strike first thing tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's where their legal strike position sits right now. So I'm like, I'm taking the summer off until these idiots signed a new contract. And
I'm not sure I'm coordinated enough for all those buttons. Sure. You'll be fine.
I still haven't decided. I'm definitely going back to the shop, but I don't know if I'm going to continue making bags or just turn it into a fabric shop because I've got so much fabric.
A lot of fabric.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
You can do whatever you want. Oh, it is heavier, but to be honest, when you're playing it, you don't actually feel it because of the way it's built. I would hope so, but you have struggled sometimes with your hands.
I have hand issues, not necessarily serious ones, but you don't have to use all the buttons. You can customize what you use for what.
See, every time I see a tech toy like that, I'm like, I want it, but I don't know that I'd use it.
We are tech snobs. We love our tech.
We're tech nerds. Toys. Yeah, we love games. We love.
Okay. Tell you what. Once if Unicorn Journey Oracle funds the way that we want it to, and there's enough money left over, because we do two things. It's like
I was just talking about that this morning. How I put money in escrow.
Anything that's left over gets set aside for escrow for the shipping.
I literally put the entire deck money into a separate account.
And then the deck money goes in a separate account. But at least 50% of anything that's considered profit gets set aside to help fund the next deck.
Yeah.
So that we're always ahead of the game.
And usually way more than that. Yeah.
Tarot and technology. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sophie has muscle strain and was worried about it, but found it really easy.
Oh, that's good.
So if we have so if we have an opportunity to treat ourselves,
that'll be our next toy.
That can be our next toy.
I have so many Steam games. I think that's the thing is I have so many Steam games. If only all indie creators were like Lisa. I know. Thanks for that. That's sweet.
Oh, software engineer. Nice.
But yeah, we love playing video games. We love whatever, but
I'm an asshole by trade.
Yes, you are, and you're so good at it.
I am so good at my job.
You're so good at your job. Yeah. Why are you losing? Bruno's just staring at us. I think he's being jealous.
He's having a very happy. Bruno's having a very happy day.
Best tech purchase ever. Jeez, high praise.
No, my concern is that if
my Quest 2 went to our son. Yeah.
We sent it over to our son's place.
Him and his roomies can play with it.
John's living in a situation right now. His friend owns the house. They started following someone who created a brothel. How do you create a brothel in Dreamlight Valley? I want to know how that's done.
Lily, we've talked about it a little bit. Convocation of Witches is up next. Unicorn's Journey Lenormand. and possibly some sort of sassy oracle of some kind is on the agenda. We've got 1 or 2 other projects, but they're still only existing in our brain, so we're not going to talk about them out loud because we don't want to spill the beans.
We're brainstorming ideas for what's okay.
There's one idea I'm really attached to already.
Let's clarify. Lisa's the one who does 99% of the work. I help occasionally with feedback, ideas, sounding board.
Oh my God, Sarah, that's amazing.
Blah, 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 blah. So when I say we, I'm just taking credit.
But she does help me with ideas. In fact, one of the tarot ideas
it's easier to say we than to explain that at the beginning of every sentence, just so everybody's absolutely clear.
Okay.
Because I do not, I really, really, really want to be absolutely fair that this is how I'm wording myself for convenience versus we know that Lisa's the one, but we discuss it because it's a workload for her. And like, she might end up with a workload where I'm doing everything because she just doesn't have the time. Like once the Kickstarter happens, I'm probably doing everything for at least a week or so while she manages all the background stuff.
Oh, Sophie, you're killing me. Good job, Nat. Well done.
Even some of the games they say are not compatible are with some modifications.
I know. But then I'm like, if I'm playing games,
exactly, John. That's kind of what my role is. And sometimes I make suggestions. Yeah. It's like, well, hey, have you thought about including this? Have you thought about doing it this way? Have you thought about that?
That's how we ended up.
Her job to decide whether or not she wants to make that work.
But that's what we ended up doing with the with Unicorn's Journey Tarot. The reason we ended up with little suit symbols on the cards was because you pointed out that with renaming the suits, that would really help if I want it to be more beginner accessible.
Yeah.
And that ended up being a feature that made it into the deck.
I am the beginner accessibility guru because I am the perma beginner.
Yeah, and I lose sight of that sometimes because I've been reading with cards so long. So it helps to balance it out.
But I didn't make any fundamental changes that changed the UJT. I just made that one suggestion on the symbols.
It was a good idea that got incorporated.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, I know it makes a big difference. But yeah, there are a couple more tarot ideas that are banked at the moment, and the thing is the roadmap.
Here's a community feedback piece though that might be. No. Just trust me. Look at the look. She's like, oh my God, what are you?
No, it's fine. I was saying something, but
no, you finish what you're saying. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, just that an interesting piece of feedback that might be interesting for us to discuss behind the scenes is one of the arguments is like, how much is too much? Like it's like when you have 100 ideas and you want to do as much as possible to bring as many of them to life as possible, at what point does it start looking like a shitty money grab to other people on the outside?
Oh, yeah. Like, I like creating things for the fun and joy of it. For me, it's simple. But yeah, there's a certain awareness of not wanting to like create the appearance of, I don't know, what's the word?
Well, we've had people in the community. Yeah, we've had people in the community that are only in it to make a paycheck. So it's like that's a social piece that
funny thing is really the second it becomes about that is the
minute it becomes about the money and
I peace out. I'm like,
it's the last and it's the last thing you want to do.
Pandering maybe, yeah.
I don't know what the word is.
Not pandering, but like not wanting
Jenny, you've dropped down to number 3.
Not wanting to overwhelm maybe the community with stuff, I guess. But yeah, for me, it's like if I have a creative idea and it means something to me, I want to put it out there, especially now that I know kind of how to do it. It's So I would like to point out for the entire internet that after all the shit Peggy gave me about dropping things and spilling things, that she has just yeeted her cup off the end table to the floor.
And didn't spill a single drop
because of the proper sealed cup that I gave you as a gift. You're welcome.
Why did you give me why did you need a proper sealed cup?
I needed it because I will spill things.
With a straw color.
Cover. The covers to keep spiders from crawling in. No, wait. The straw cover is because I once had a water bottle with an open straw and a spider crawled in it and I sucked the spider into my mouth and I was traumatized and I spit it out and it was still moving. Okay. I now have a straw cover. Okay. Because if I'm going to leave my straw unattended, it's going to be covered up so that nothing can crawl in it.
There.
I'm having a moment. Just ignore me.
I'm just gonna. Okay, look. I appreciate that. I appreciate that the cup found a way to fall off the thing, but I am gonna gaslight my way out of this, so I don't have to admit that I can be clumsy too.
It was terrifying.
Just so that we're clear.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the spider story. I should have warned y'all. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a fuzzy or something. Like you just. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Next subject change for reals. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, straw covers,
that's
y'all.
number one now.
Close your straws. Put your covers on.
Crunchy.
That's not funny. That's disgusting. But when something, anyways, we're gonna change the subject. Okay, we're gonna change the subject. No. Those cups are top heavy. They're more likely to fall over than not. But
I've got a big gap. The way we've rearranged the furniture. I've got a little table in here, but I've got a big gap because I've also got a little arm with my tablet on it, so I can swing it out and have it handy while I'm streaming.
Honestly, Sarah, I was too shocked to. I am too, but I was so shocked that it took me like. No, I spit it out and then it started crying.
Shit.
You were right next to me. I was just so traumatized. I was like, it took me days to process. Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, straw covers, big fan.
Yeah. And now,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
All of a sudden,
I'm so sorry. We're changing the subject.
Okay, whoa! You get that Amazon thing. Maybe you want to do an Amazon affiliate link for straw covers.
Oh my god!
Because I'm pretty sure you just sold over 50 of them.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I was having a moment with Peggy. I'm sorry.
I'm traumatized now.
I was messed up for a little bit. I could not process for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was the thing. Anyways.
Oh shit! It's 4:00.
UJT straw covers. Yeah, we gotta get the fuck off of here.
We gotta get off
Sorry,
of
my
here.
language.
Yeah, but how many
we have
ideas?
To go get you nasal spray.
How many ideas do we have? We have 3. We have 2 for sure. Because you have Unicorn Journey Oracle and the Convocation of Witches.
And Unicorn Journey Lenormand.
And the Lenormand.
I have one top secret project that's.
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah. We also have at least for sure one solid idea that I'm going to do that's tarot. And that's not including things like the Pamela Coleman Smith version of the Sassy deck.
We must
a Sassy Oracle. So we probably have a good 5 or 6.
I think we've got
dream projects.
Ideas that we're probably gonna there's ideas that we're probably gonna do them.
I'm never kissing Lisa because Spider and Peggy.
Peggy's probably a bigger problem than
probably, yeah. She probably is, yeah. Oh my god. Sophie, oh my god.
Okay.
My poor wallets.
But okay, so we've got 4 or 5 projects right now that are going to happen in one form or another.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 20 projects that are on the maybe list.
Yeah. And this
is the unfortunate problem is that we've got more ideas than time or opportunity to follow through.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'll be fucking I keep swearing. What's wrong with me? I will be 80.
Yeah, see, I'll
be 80 before I get all my ideas.
Sassy Pam just came up as a possible idea like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And we realized it's like everybody else that does a Pam deck is doing the same thing, and that is that they are starting with the out of copyright art.
Yeah.
It would be really doable for us. And because you're starting with
Peggy's all bark. She just doesn't look like she's all bark, so it's great in public.
I can be bite when I need to be.
That's true.
I haven't had to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I kid you not. I would be like at the grocery store working.
Peggy, calling your wife a possible project isn't nice. Wait, what did she say? I missed it. Yeah. You're
Bruno.
fine.
Oh, he heard a word.
Come here.
He must have heard a word.
When I tell him come here, he goes to you. It's hilarious. He's
What
like, Mom wants me, so I gotta go see her.
Come here. What you want?
She'll buy me. That's real nice.
I already
only
picked
me.
you up. I already had to go change my. Basically, Bruno gets power cuddling and then he gets power shedding.
Yeah.
Hi.
No, you got a deal. He probably wants a.
Okay. Bruno can basically tell time, and this
time.
is the after work time where he is
Bruno,
like.
No.
I would like my odds in a fist fight with Peggy. You'd probably win. You're
gonna have to pick him up or something. It's about to be unicorns after dark. It's about to be unicorns saying bye.
Okay.
You have to at least touch him or he won't stop.
Come here. Oh my god, come here.
Babs will ignore me, but if I yell out for Adam, she'll come running. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. In membership space, like no promises. We've gone some wild places in membership space. But I'm probably gonna try to keep it sort of
spirit of Gordon Ramsay.
Sort of contained. It is my birthday weekend. Thank you, Pamela. Tomorrow's my birthday. We're gonna go to a bookstore. It's gonna be amazing.
I don't know what we're doing today. We didn't really make plans for today. We
don't need to do something today. This
is
our birthday thing for today.
We upscaled date night last night, and then we're going to go on an adventure tomorrow.
Yeah. Hi, Goober.
We're probably gonna do something fun tonight.
Yeah.
Nothing over the top, like maybe Korean barbecue or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us.
We gotta go because he's got the expectation thing going. So and he's waiting for the right words, so he knows he's getting what he wants.
It's true.
Thanks,
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love doing these hangouts. Next time we're going to be on together is next Saturday for the Unicorn's Journey Oracle launch party. Come hang out with us. It's kicking off at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I will be
awake.
Unhinged. So
you know what? I started getting up before noon, and it's been since beginning of the year, and I still have insomnia, but I'm actually getting up at a decent time now.
It's true. It's true. Thank you for all the birthday wishes.
I'm up before noon for a change.
I appreciate you all so much.
Bye, Bobby.
And we will see you on here again very soon. Okay, say goodbye.
Bye.